this is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Water.
For the first time here for season 3. Davis on pole, Vandergren in second. It's going to be sprint round action here tonight. Let's go racing here at Daytona. It was a good start there from Davis in comparison to Vandergren in behind. Cowan's absolutely bogged it up and already dropped out of the top 3 here as they come down towards turn 1 for the first time. There's biffing and barging between Gallen and Cowan. These guys are still going at it after last season. They survived for this time by though. Through turn 2 and 3 they come. Nice and clean, boys. Keep it up as they come up to...
I love riding. It's a real social thing. There's a great bond between riders.
Every weekend I look forward to getting out there. It's a freedom like no other.
Riding to work is a great way to start the day.
Shannons insure all types of road bikes, not just classics. They offer features riders really want. It's why they're one of Australia's leading motorcycle insurance providers.
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
Whatever you ride,
ride with Shannons.
Call 134646 for a quote.
Through turn 1, it was a horrible start from De Bono. He's absolutely bogged it up and gets eaten alive by Dixon and Gowans as they come on through. Through turn 1 they come, and they all spread out around in towards the first sector of the Silverstone circuit. They look all right at the moment. Okay, there's already been a car spun round. That's Jordan Ferguson off wide.
Is green, green, green at Road Atlanta here as well. Faulkner did get away. De Bono is tucked in as well. Unfortunately, Houghton is on that outside line. De Bono does want to turn it to 2. He's got the job. De Bono's overtaken. Now can he get Ben Faulkner up through turns 2 and 3? They go round the right-hander, dropping down the hill. Faulkner's out in front. De Bono second. Houghton third. Ratcliffe in fourth. No real dramas going into turn 1.
We've always had a few cars. They're all special. The T-Bird.
Oh, that's mine.
The Combi for when we want to get away. The XR8.
It's going to be a classic.
They're all insured with Shannons,
We've also got Shannon's home and contents cover.
which helps protect our automotive collectibles, tools and memorabilia in the home and garage. If you're motoring enthusiasts like us, it's got to be.
Shannon's.
Shannons, insurance for motoring enthusiasts. Call 134646 for a quote.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Moskin and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down to the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because tell you what, Bruce Tanek and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us. Hayden trying to go around the outside. This is where he could have just sent it up the inside, but he hasn't implemented it, which is fair enough. It's very scary out there, ladies and gentlemen. Let's see if we get a good run. Dodd's just absolutely think about it. It's a really nice move. Blake Delaney had to move out of the way.
Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SRW TV, and welcome in to round 9 of season 1 of 2025 for the Wine & Brown Tools V8 Supercars. Here he's here for our endurance race of the season out at Mount Panorama, Bathurst. I'm your commentator Hamish Munro, joined as always by Stephen Sinkovic alongside Sinker. A massive night of racing compounded from the qualifying last night and inside the top 10 shootouts as well. And Stefan Lawrence was the man to beat yesterday in qualifying, as he now finds himself on the front row this evening. We've done some half calculations. He needs to pretty much beat Jordan Mazzaroli by 11 positions tonight to win the title. Not out of the realm, but definitely a tough challenge ahead for Stefan, for Jordan. He's just going to try and make the top 10 and he'll win the title.
Typical SRW. Leave it to the last race, eh?
Yeah.
We've had the last race decide a few championships over the years, and especially last season. Last season was epic. Nearly every series we had decided on the last night, which is spectacular after 9 rounds. But very interesting last night, top 10 shootout. A few boys got a bit nervy and didn't complete their top 10s in the split 1 and 2. But I reckon we're looking for an epic race tonight.
Yeah, I think across both splits it's going to be absolutely epic as well, absolutely wild. I think there's a lot of drivers who have got a very, very good opportunity here tonight. I think anyone who qualified inside of the top 10 has a reasonable chance, because we know that Bathurst can bite hard, Sinker. We know that it chooses who the winner is prior to us even knowing. So I think it's going to come down to not only the pace of the drivers, but how well they can keep it clean across the event as well. We've seen many races here, and many a race-winning favourites get taken out at this circuit through fault of their own and through no fault of their own. So I think realistically tonight it is, you've got to have the patience, you've got to have the respect for the circuit, have your strategy down pat to an absolute T, and then just have a bit of patience at turn 1, lap 1, because you've got 80 minutes to go racing around here. Plenty of time to get positions made.
Oh, 100%. It's Bathurst is an animal of its own, mate. It should be on the endangered, not on the endangered species list, but yeah, probably it should be on the endangered species list, because you never know, they might one day want to build houses around it as well. But in the very, very distant future. But I tell you what an animal it is. It takes no prisoners, that's for sure. With the walls that can bite you, the skyline can bite you. It's the S's. There's always something. Even the bloody, down the straight, something can go wrong when they're side by side. So, always a lot of fun, always something unexpected. 80 minutes of raw pace, door to door, bumping and grinding with these boys. Not just titles fighting for, but pride of position. Every one of these guys, all the way back from Peter Grant and Scotty West and Callum Hodgkinson, they've always got that person they aim to beat for the season. So, it's just not to be the split 2 champion, but also, bragging rights at the end of the night.
Yeah, I think more or less it'll really be determined by how willing are they to push. How willing are they to push early, try and get positions early, but actually compound that with balance. Balance their way around the lap, balance their way around the circuit, and again have that little semblance of actually, well, let's just take a breath here for a second. We've got to do this circuit for 80 minutes, 6Ks a lap. As soon as you get up to Silman Park, pretty much, you've just got to let off and just wait for your opportunity down the straight. Some guys can get passes done across the top. We've seen it end in tears, though, Sinker. So I think, those who will do well tonight will be those who will have the most patience about them, but have also got some good speed about them too.
Yeah, 100%. It's going to be very interesting. We seen last night, a few people get caught at the top of the mountain and then trying to get rotated around and get back down the mountain. So it's always a bit of fun and games.
Well, let the fun and games begin as we start to get gridded up here for our first race of the evening with the split 2 drivers. setting themselves up on the grid. This is how we will start proceedings here this evening with the starting grid, of course. Stefan Lawrence topped the timesheets in the top 10 shootout yesterday. He'll line up P1 ahead of Jordan Mazzaroli, the championship leader, and his rival this season on the front row, Andrew Cowan, Sean Vandermill, and they're in contention for P3 in the title race. They'll start on the second row, just ahead of Michael Quash, who's also in that battle as well. Jacob Traynor will line up alongside Quashy with Hughes and Clutterbuck inside of your top 8. Dan Bartish starting P9. He's going to have to make moves to get further up the order if he wants that P3 in the title race. He'll start alongside Ron Allen inside of the top 10. Scott Weston and Craig Healy, they'll make up your top 12 drivers on the grid, with Brett Taylor, Chris Tomlin, and Kurt Nommensen making up the top 15. Brad Mays, Di Feldman, Greg Leake for your top 18 cars, with Brad Anderson, Peter Gretton, the top 20. Callan Hodgson and Josh King will then make up our 11th row of the grid. Our race controllers, Tyson McAvoy, Matt Keane, and Stephanie Piccoli here this evening. Well, Sinko, you can. There is an electricity in the air whenever you come to Bathurst, isn't there?
It is. It's like, even like listening to the RC boys downstairs, they even sound like they're a bit. There's stuff going on, mate. There's people going out there. There's, look, you can just see some cars going around the corner at the back of the starting line. So it's awesome, man. I've got a bit of, to be honest, I've got goosebumps. It's going to be amazing. If you're out there and watching, you want us to be louder, quieter, you want someone to see someone or watch a team, please let us know. Please like, subscribe, and hit that notification button. It's going to be an epic night of racing. Round 9, mate. What a way to finish Bathurst in the Enduro.
Oh, mate, the best way that we could possibly end the season. Yeah, Singer said, please let us know the levels in the chat. I'm working with a new microphone today as well, so I can see it moving at the very, very low end, Sinker, whenever I hear you talk, but I'm hoping that it's not picking it up too much. So let us know if you can hear any of that or any feedback. Obviously, we want to try and get all the sound sorted and stuff like that. So, yeah, just let us know. Keep us in the loop of any sound issues we may be having. We obviously, fingers crossed, hopefully we don't have any, Sinker. That would be beautiful. And for these drivers tonight, hopefully they don't have any issues. I got given the ping flag the other day as a commentator in a race. I was sitting watching the driving, and it gave me the ping flag. And I'm just like, I'm not even on track. You're giving me the high latency flag. What? It was a US server, to be fair, but thanks a lot, John. Appreciate it. The engine revs will rise. Don't worry, they will rise. I have been playing around with the levels of the engines as well.
It's all rising, mate. It's all rising. Blood pressure's rising. Heartbeats are rising. Everyone's thumping on the grid. They're all getting ready. They're all thinking, am I going to survive lap 1, let alone am I going to survive corner 1, corner 2, and 3, 4, and 5. Oh, man, this is going to be... the start of this race is always the killer. The first lap, trying to get around there clean.
First lap, first corner is the most pressure you're going to feel across this whole race. Getting it off the line is one of the toughest things you can do as we get 5 lights up. And the Bathurst Enduro is underway for Split 2. It was a great start from the front runners and the TMX boys as well inside of the top 10 as they run round turn number 1. We can see Lawrence has got a good start away. They've kept themselves nice, clean and consistent, Sinker. And at this stage, not to talk too early, I was about to say nothing's happened yet, but Callan Hodgson has just gone round at turn 1. So he was going to make me a liar.
Good on you, Cal. Thank you for the entertainment factor, mate. Always willing to do something take one for the team. Roland Allen got a bit bogged down, so he's got a few people he held back behind him. The second camera is on him at the moment, and looks like everyone's got around pretty clean except for Mr. Hodgkinson. And already Mazzaroli is having a good old sniff on Stefan Lawrence.
Oh, for Mazzaroli at the moment, he knows he does not need the win, Sinker. He just needs to finish inside of the top 10. So for him, he'll be happy to sit pretty right where he is all evening. He doesn't want to move from behind Lawrence. He'd love to win the race for sure, but for him, he knows he can win the championship in this position. He doesn't need to push too hard. It's the drivers behind him that he's got to worry about.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, just cool, calm. But you know what? You get between those two white lines, and all of a sudden you just want to race, and just go flat stick for it.
All right, off the start line, a couple of movers already. Sean Vandermillen's up 1 into P3 for 9.5 Sim Sports past Andrew Cowan. Clutters has gotten past Marty Hughes. We'll see how Marty does tonight. I'm hoping he can have a good race for himself tonight.
So I've got him as a defender because there's a fair few cars running in and around him, so the grid's quite close. Quashi is just backed up 1.5 seconds off Cowan. And Van Meulen is starting to lose Mazzaroli as well. He's at 1.23.
I've noticed another retro for Kurt Nommensen this week. He ran one last week, and now this week he's got the 2004 or 5 FPR car. That looks really nice on the Mustang. I really like that. That's a really, really well done retro. So hats off there to ARTT Revolution E-Racing. Whoever made that car has done a very, very good job. So fair play. Josh King makes a move now on Di Feldman in towards the final corner. He's now up 5 positions in this racing. So a great run thus far from Josh King, who I think, I mean, he goes into tomorrow night for the Moser Racing Super Formula Championship with pretty much 2 hands on the AM Championship. I reckon the next one is him to push for a race win in the Supercars. I think he has got it in him.
He does. He's improving out of his skin at the moment. He's doing really well. He's actually, tonight he's back for Bathurst's sake. He's actually taken a few weeks off the VS to focus on the Super Formula Light title. So good on him there for taking the decision upon himself and just, let's do it. Let's just focus on it. And he's done really, really well.
It's paid off for him. As long as he... it's pretty much sitting as long as he makes the finish tomorrow, he should win it. So it's that's pretty much the goal there for Josh King, just run his regular race. Yes, it's a good question actually, because I'm not sure about this either since I didn't get to call the shootout yesterday. John Gallons asked, is there a tyre restrictions for the Enduro? Peter Pavlo has just answered by saying no, there is not.
No, there isn't. I did read through the series info and I didn't see anything about tyre restrictions, but if it is there, I might have missed it, but I believe not.
So Lawrence will lead us down the Conrod Straight towards the chase. So we're going to get into a period of this race, as we normally do with our endurance racing. I've actually noticed the race distance is longer than normal. It's 85 minutes instead of 80. It's an hour and 25. Yeah, look on the session status. It's 85 minutes.
Oh, there you go. Oh, let the boys go for it.
Yeah, have an extra crack. Kwashi though has just had a slight off track at the exit of the chase. Have a quick look at what's happened to him in that TMX car. Gets his teammate past Daniel Clutterbuck as well. So what's happened to Kwashi down here? Has he just locked it up, or has he been sent? No, he's just run it wide.
Yeah, he just missed the apex, missed the braking marker.
Yeah.
But that's probably one of the better places to do it if you can get around the control. There you go, Mr. Bubs, Mr. Barbarina, Mr. Greg Barbarina. No tyre restrictions this season.
Okay,
Tricky
very good.
stick. Pelican is hunting.
It is indeed. It is indeed, as Marty Hughes wants to move up the inside at turn 2 on Michael Quash. Quashy is falling, and he's falling fast at the moment here, Sinker. He's already dropped 3 spots now in this race as Hughes gets past. Weston wants it as well. Can he get the job done? No, he has to back out of it. Decides not to go for the Marcus Ambrose the Marcus Ambrose move at turn 3. Just backs out of it and bides his time. And that's the sort of mindset you got to bring to this race, Sinker, is take your time, prepare yourself, and just move forward.
If you do go off, the key is to not try to push the car straight away.
That's right.
If you lose a couple of places, so be it. Because bit of an extra glance at that wall. Because the tyres take a couple of corners to get clean and get re-grippy again. If you've done a spin and you've taken a bit of skin off them as well, it takes even longer. So they've got to be a bit wary about that. Also, look after the tyres as well. 80-minute race.
Yeah, you've got to look after them as best as you can. Try and keep yourself in a cool, calm position, and hopefully you pay the dividends for that when it comes to the end of the race, whether it's in a podium or it's in a race-winning position as well. Further back in the field, we've currently got Leakey here battling away with Peter Gretton. He's got Brad Anderson in behind him too, so let's give some love to the rear end of the field for a moment here, because Leakey has been sitting with this car all season. Just continues to show up every week, gives it a crack, has a go, as is Gretton, and Brad Anderson, we know, has had a crack majority of the season as well. Mazzaroli, though, is hot on the heels of Stefan Lawrence. Just quickly, I thought he might have been going for a move, Sinker, but again,
he's sitting around
and now he's pulled back.
Yeah, he was sitting around the 5/10, but he's sort of around the 8/10 at the moment. But he's in close. He's in the draft. He's just going to if I was him, I'd be just cruising in it and just follow Stefan and wait for that pounce. Put the pressure on. Keep putting the pressure on. Very close everywhere across the field. They really haven't gapped out until Brad May is in the back for Kurt Normanson. He's like 5, nearly 6 seconds off, and he's got Di Feldman, Callum Hodgkinson, Josh King behind him, following quite close. So we've got a couple of different battle packs going already. Ooh, Mr. Gallen's going to guess 3
John,
safety cars tonight.
is that across both races, John, or is that across just this race? Because I could see 3 safety cars across 2 races, because we haven't had the safety car that often in this last half of the season, at least. I think last week was probably the first time I'd seen it for a little while. I don't know.
I guess these boys haven't taken these cars out for 85 minutes.
True.
So the tyres are going to be a factor. The front end's going to get a bit slippery, and especially across here, across the top of the S's, Skyline, the Dipper. You really need that front end to be underneath you, and if it goes, it will be going, and there's a good spot there for some safety cars, that's for sure.
Just got Harry Dodds in the chat with us as well. Great to have you out there, Dodsy. Hopefully we'll see you on track on Sunday. Got a big week of racing coming up ahead of us, Sinker. Of course, we had our nice little break on Sunday night. I know that you were doing tickets. I spent it just laying in bed. It was. Mate, I was enjoying the first Sunday off of the year. It was a nice change. I love when I'm here and when we get to call the racing for Sundays, of course, because we get some phenomenal action. But those Sundays that are free, they're like gold in dirt. It is just
2 hours of tickets on Sunday night. Man. 2 hours of tickets. I start charging these boys for my time. That's crazy. I mean, you got to thank Barbs and Tyson, Leakey, and that for coming in on a Sunday night, and it's for free. I don't pay them to do the tickets, which probably frustrates them even more. But we'd go broke so quickly because it's just unexpected. We could be there for an hour and a half to 3.5 hours on a Monday night quite easily, just debating, what is, what isn't, and all that sort of stuff. It's those little 30-second videos take a lot of time of discussions.
Well, I mean, we've sat there before, Sinker, doing tickets, sitting there for an hour discussing one incident. Now it's changed previously in the past couple of seasons where we won't talk about it too much. We'll try and come to a decision very, very quickly, of course. But in saying that, like, it depends how many incidents you get during the week, isn't it? And then how many people want to challenge the call.
Yeah, that's true. And people are still getting used to putting tickets in as well. So I'm loving this car. I'm loving that purple. I'm not usually a purple fan. My boy loves purple. But that looks pretty sexy, that Mustang.
It does look
I'd
nice.
love to see.
I really like that purple.
Yeah.
That purple is immense. I've not seen it. I've not seen the newest version of the Mustang. This version. I've seen the one that was just previous. Not that was based on the last supercar, but the in between one, in between the 2019 and the 2022. Yeah. They're a hot looking car, I must say. And when you see like the RTR version of them, immense. Absolutely immense.
Zan Imal, you miss seeing Matty Jones out there. Yeah, look, he's from what I heard, he just had enough. Tried to come back and wasn't happy and couldn't settle, and he decided to get rid of his rig. So it is what it is. People get in and out of it. People lose some pace, and then they don't want to come back because they remember how fast they were. I mean, Matty Jones was a world record holder in the 86 in the GR in the
SFL. There wasn't it. He won multiple F3 titles on the Wednesdays. So.
Yeah, so he was a very, very fast driver, very capable driver, man. Very capable.
Now,
a nice guy too.
There's been some questions this week, Sinker, about sign-ups for next season. The hot word is by the end of the week that season 2 sign-ups may be going live, possibly. I've heard that through the grapevine. Is there any weight to that claim?
It's very true, mate. It's very true. Just a few minor adjustments have got to be done. Just a few things I've got to fix on the website. that isn't working correctly. And yes, in the coming days, the season 2. Oh, both glanced it together, one after the other, following him very closely.
Want to get any closer there, boys? I mean,
and it's one of those things. You follow someone that closely, you just follow their track markers, and all of a sudden they've both hit the same wall at the same pace. And we know that the walls here can rip out the front end of these cars quite easy.
Look at the gain that Mazzaroli can have. Oh, Big Slay's pushing hard to keep up with Lawrence here.
He's pushing hard. That front end is...
The rear just came round, and the front just did not want to keep with it. But
did you see the different approach just then?
Yep.
But
I think that can also come down to, though, Mazzaroli is following. So following someone and leading someone, you have completely different approaches to some corners as well.
100%.
And that's gonna it changes your driving style at the end. It changes it just a bit. We often say certain drivers have certain driving styles. Every driver has two. You have a leading driving style and you have a following driving style. Then there's obviously the subcategories of that of attacking and defending. So for Mazzaroli, I mean, he's trying to follow Lawrence as close as he can, keep the pressure on him, force a mistake. He won't go for the move just yet. I mean, the realistic thing is we've had it with an endurance race. There's always going to be that period in the middle where we're talking about, stuff that's coming up next season or random things, because it is the period of the race where we're just trying to get through it to get to the end. We speak about buying a ticket to the end of the race, Sinker. Well, you've also got to buy a ticket to sitting here for the midpoint of trying to get there. And it's like waiting in line for a concert ticket. You're waiting in line for a race ticket as Lawrence defends that inside line at turn 2. So, I often say a 60-minute race, the first 15 minutes is hot action, the midpoint is the lull, and the last 15 is good. An endurance race like this, probably the first 10 to 15 minutes is when we get exciting, and then we're going to have about probably 60 minutes of pit stops and dramas, and then the last 15 is when it really comes together, and that's where you've got your race to the end.
Hush there. Mr. Pav, hush. Look, there's a few comments out there. Jordan's going to rip him in the pits. Look, he's going to he's sitting that close. He's 3/10. He's going to do a fair bit of fuel saving there. I'd suggest at some point Mr. Lawrence will maybe try to swap it around a bit too. I'd be trying it unintentionally. Is Lawrence clutching? We'll have a watch. If you want, we'll put Lawrence on the second cam in car and have a look to see how...
The only issue with that is we can't hear him clutching. If we do
this is true.
So I can just do this and we can hear.
Yeah. And I spin a lot. Look, as I said before, I spin a lot because I push the car to its limits. I don't get a chance to practice and push to the limits, so I just push every lap as fast as I can.
I'm not driving with Sinker, Ryan. That's not happening.
Oh, look at that. That was very close. A bit of love, bit of extra love given then. Ooh, nearly.
Blake Wallboy is bringing up the point that I made a few weeks ago, Sinker. Was there any thought about possibly combining the two splits to make one mega split? I did put that forward, but
look, we
didn't want to change it.
Yeah.
If that were going to happen, we would announce at the start of the season and say the final round is that I put the point forward to you, Sinker, of the top 20 in both championships combined together for that one race together, and then the bottom 20 do their own race that's unbroadcasted.
There's a couple of things there. That at the beginning of the season we were averaging 35 cars per series. We expected to drop off, but you can't predict it. And then there's drivers that have come back just for tonight as well. And then you would possibly have some drivers missing it if it was all in one go as well, because it's a bit bigger event. And the other reason was also is say Jordan Mazzaroli and Stephen Lawrence fighting for a title and take out Blake Warboys
Sinker, is this livery too early, or is this actually now an update?
No, that's just the piss taking livery that the boys are mucking around with, so I'm not sure why he's using that. Anyway, so there's a couple of reasons for it. It just, I think logistically it would sound easy to do it, but when there's a titles on the line and you've got a mixed field that some are battling for a title, some aren't, it can, inadvertent things can happen as well.
Sean McNamara in the Facebook chat, giving the love to his newest driver, Sean Vandermeulen. Out there, we've now got him on screen, of course, in the 9.5 Sim Sports car. I broke it down on on Saturday night, Sinker.
I love this. Hang on. Ryan Mueller Racing. Are you in split one? Yes, I'm in split one, Grandma. I love it. I love it when the families get behind all their drivers. It is so special. It is. It's just awesome. Just shows that we've got an amazing community behind these drivers, and it's good to see it. It makes me smile from ear to ear.
Yeah, as a viewer, I love watching my as a viewer and a broadcaster. I love watching my dad race, but I also love to call him out for his mistakes. It's fantastic. It's so fun, Sinker. Absolutely so fun.
Yeah,
I look forward to the day that that your young fella gets to watch you race, and then if you make a mistake, I hear about it and that he's called you out.
Yeah, would I be right back to race? I have actually spoken about possibly racing split 2 and then commentating for split 1. But you know, there's a lot of factors there as well. Time is a massive thing. I'm going to go to Clutters. No, he's got himself gapped out. I'm going to go to Scotty Weston and Michael Clash for the second cam because those boys are fairly close and getting the battle on.
Also, this battle here too, Chris Tomlin just in behind Craig Healy, but he's got Brett Taylor on his heels as well as Kurt Nommensen as well. Healy's trying to chase down Ron Allen at the moment too. So it is a phenomenal one. Blake's telling you to do it next season, Sinker. So and that's one or two things to see, that he's encouraging you to race, or he doesn't want you on split 2 anymore.
He doesn't want me calling him Daddy Warboys. Oh, no, I'd be there for split 1. Hey, he must like it because he changed his name on his last night. The boys had to type their names in when they joined the Ninja, and he had Daddy Warboys on there. I love it. I think you need to do a T-shirt, buddy. Daddy Warboys.
He needs it on his cart. You know how they can have the driver name on the cart? He needs Daddy Warboys on there.
Yeah, I reckon it's spectacular. Oh, look at Quashy. He's putting some pressure on, man. Ooh. He's really good. He's got 2 tenths on the back of him.
What's happened to... Where's Dan Bartich? He's in the back of the field. He's been through pit lane, and he's had a moment up at Skyline, it seems.
There's no black flags being given.
No. Ooh, big old slide.
Ooh, we did say Skyline and the S's.
So
takes no prisoners.
Maybe he took an early stop as maybe a preemptive
maybe he had too much damage and his sort of pace was dropping off considerably.
That was prior to that incident. He had already come out of pits. That was 2 laps before. So it's not like he had cold tyres as well. Just change his name. I'll change. You know what? He shouldn't have said that, because I'm going to change his name now on the SDK when we're going to split one. Shouldn't have said that, Blake, because now I am going to change your name.
For your TMX fans, Michael Quash is actually putting some mega pressure on Scotty Weston down there, chasing that Tassie Tiger blended team like full bore.
Jacob Trainor's having some bad blinking issues here, Sinker. If he doesn't get that sorted, we may actually see the first example of a driver getting the new ping flag in iRacing in the server. So he needs to sort that internet out, because he is blinking really, really bad at the moment.
Well, I haven't heard anyone call it in yet, and I haven't heard
well, I've just clicked on him. He's disappeared, so I have a feeling he may have actually been sent back to pits.
No, he's still out there. He's still in 5th place.
Yeah, he's about 3 seconds up from Clutterbuck.
Okay, someone's just calling it in, and he's already noted it and he's watching it. We had the issue. I think it was Josh Horton blinking a few weeks ago, and on broadcast it was a lot worse than what it actually was on the pings, because I had a chat to the boys after the race to see what levels at, and they said it was quite good. It wasn't as bad. It was more the broadcast side of it. It was for us. Nice little glance at that wall. It was exaggerated on the broadcast side of things.
Okay.
No, we can't see what his ping rate is here.
No, we can't check it, Brad.
No.
Unfortunately.
That's downstairs. The boys do that. The race control does that, and we'll leave that in their hands. But Clutterbuck is having a great run. Everyone is getting some really good speed out there. The lap times are like look at that, from 5th till look all the way down to 15th, all probably roughly around the same sort of pace. There's not much in it at all, like 3-4 tenths.
So Mazzaroli's now having an issue as well. We know that Jordan has had some issues previously this season, Sinker, with his internet.
Imagine that being a title-defining moment.
Mate,
it happened to Josh Horton.
It's happened to Josh Horton. I know it's happened to some. I'll give you a good example actually. So the most important thing is if he does drop, he needs to try and get back in the service straight away, because at least then he can keep driving and try and finish the race.
Correct.
It happened to Scott Gamble many seasons ago. He was very lucky. He managed to get back. It was a safety car period. He managed to get back in before he went a lap down and still won the title.
Kevin Wakefield did the same thing a few races ago. He was packet loss and jumped out. Just as he got packet loss, there was a safety car, and he got back into the thing and come back on the lane like he hadn't missed nothing. So he was very lucky.
Yeah, and
lucky.
Sometimes the dice rolls in your favour in those scenarios. Sometimes it doesn't as well. I hope for Jacob's sake, because he is driving, that this is an issue on our end and not on his end, because you'd hate to see him drop out as well as Jordan. Hopefully it is just us.
He's just been instructed to hit the pit.
So
he's not happy.
No, he wouldn't.
And the worst thing is he'll go to try to pull in the pit, and everything will fix itself up, which really sucks. But you know what? He is at the 23-minute mark, so he's no way he's going to make it home all the way like that.
He's only just hitting the Conrod straight, so he's just had a Marty Hughes. I can't click on him because he keeps on obviously disappearing.
Yeah, there's no point in disappearing on us.
Yeah.
The battle with Kwashi is still going on. They're having a great little tussle down the bottom screen. We'll leave them there for a few more minutes, and then I've got Mr. Brett Taylor and Kurt Normanson. I'm going to sneak over to them for a bit.
Yep.
But Jordan Mazzaroli has not left Stefan Lawrence at all. He would be a good wingman to take out in the bar, mate, because he has not left his wing side at all.
He has not walked away.
No, at all, mate. Not at all. And their time.
Jordan gives me the vibes of he would go with Stefan to the toilets if he had to go. Like, he's not going to let him go on his own. Like, you know.
He'd take a wet pit stop with him.
Should be in the
just to make sure he's not taking extra fluids.
Should be in the chat with us as well. Let's go, lads. Have a solid broadcast. Thanks so much, Shibby. Appreciate you covering yesterday as well for the qualifying and top 10 shootouts for both splits too. Much appreciated.
It was a very fun night. 35 watching in YouTube, plus what we've got on Facebook. So please like, subscribe, hit that notification button, and help us get to that 1500. We really want to get to that. Not that it's going to affect it financially or anything like that, but it's a good milestone to celebrate.
Yeah,
Chris Tomlin and Josh King both in the pits.
Oh, Kwashi up the inside though of Scotty Weston. Mazzaroli now has also taken the lead from Lawrence. So Mazzaroli has taken the lead through all of this. And I've also noticed as well, Brad Anderson's had a moment. I
heard caution on top of the hill.
Yeah, we've got to check it just in case it's an issue. Where has Lawrence gone? He's 2.8 seconds back.
Okay, so...
Oh, no, don't tell me.
104 getting the toe, but that pass of...
no, it was with Lawrence.
The back marker got in the way.
That's a championship-defining incident.
Okay, so that's been inspected at the moment. 252 has never look at it. So it looks like... Well, he's got nowhere to go. Well, he's tried to pull it...
He could pull over to the side of
He
the
was
road.
trying to pull over to the side, but they didn't wait. They took him out. So he looked like he was trying to move away to the outside so they could take the inside line. Oh man, that is not good. It's Stefan Lawrence is still in second place. I'm not sure how much damage he's got. That's going to be the defining part of it all. Everyone's in pit. Mazzaroli's in pit. Lawrence is in pit. Cowan's going in pit. I haven't heard a safety car call, but yes, the safety car is coming out.
Okay, so just quickly, this was the pass from Kwashi that we saw the onboard of. It was a great move down at turn 2. Luckily, he got it done before the safety car was called as well. So drivers are coming in, of course, for free pit stop here in this race. Mazzaroli's in. It's worked out well for Lawrence because at least he's not going to lose too much time, and he can get the car fixed for free as well.
Yeah, 100%. Also, he just needs to be a bit more careful now as he's going for the rest of the race, make sure he doesn't take any damage on as well. It's not a bad time for it to happen. It's we're at the 27-minute mark. So it breaks up the. We'll guarantee there's going to be 2 pit stops. So we'll see what happens with the second pit stop now. This was probably a little bit earlier than we expected to go in the pits, but it's not a bad point to go in.
No, it's not. I mean, they can half an hour into it, they can work through that sinker. One more stop at the hour mark, and they get home.
Yeah.
So that's actually it's kind of worked out pretty well for them. So
yeah, it has. It's done well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it hasn't cost, which is good. It hasn't cost Lawrence any time, which is good.
But it's cost him his fast repair. That's the problem. He has no lifeline.
But there's that's destroyed Josh's race.
It wasn't Josh. It was Brad Anderson.
I mean, Brad Anderson's race. So he's right down in the pits. He's got he's getting repaired at the moment. So he'll hopefully.
Well, the counter packet to that is as well, though, Sinko. It's destroyed Brad's race, but it also could have destroyed Stefan's race on the other side of the coin too, and could have destroyed his championship hopes. So at least for Stefan's case, he's still in it, and he can still fight for it. The problem now is he's now given up the lead to Mazzaroli. So
I don't see it as a problem. I think it's just his turn to fuel save.
Yeah.
It could be a blessing actually.
It could be.
So well, we'll see what happens with him. I wouldn't mind while the safety car's going around. Let's have a bit of a look and unpack it a bit more.
Yeah, let's have a bit of a gander. So
I wouldn't mind seeing Kwashi's pass. I missed Kwashi's pass.
Okay, I'll play that again as well. So we'll start with Kwashi's pass. Kwashi's pass. That's a tongue twister I've ever heard once. This was Kwashi's move down at turn 2. A phenomenal effort from him on Scott Weston. Plenty of room given, plenty of racing respect. Got it alongside. Bob's your uncle. Job's done. I mean, that it is. It looks simple, but it's a very difficult move. Very, very difficult.
Good place. He's held it.
Yeah.
Not even squirming at all. They actually made it look really easy because neither of them were sliding around or anything. So a great little bit of move there. So it looks like here. So
Brad's clipped the wall, right? But he's tried to take the corner normally. So
yeah, he's just normal driving.
He's then, so Stefan's pulled up. It's like, well, where do I go? Do I move? Do I stay?
Yeah, he's trying to move out of Stefan's way, and Stefan was going to go around him at the same time.
I feel that.
I think he's done the right thing, Brad. There, I think that's the way to do it. Pull out of the racing line there, but I think they were just too close when they made the decision to each other.
I think it was a little bit of indecisiveness from both ends that compounded with that. I think more or less for Brad, I mean, he took his regular race line and he hit the wall. The only other change you can make is you turn in slightly later and you aim for a wide exit. So then you're a wide on exit.
Going so fast through there as well. It's sort of like, I think he's tried to move out as quick as he could. I think it's still a little bit more patient. Would have been better off for Stephen Lawrence, but I think it's worked out better for Stephen Lawrence. Unfortunately, Brad is the one who's missed out here. He's down on repairs at the moment. It's his second pit, so he might have already had a fix up early on. So he's on the jacks at the moment, and Jacob Trainer obviously internet issues. He's been sitting really nicely in around that top 5, top 6 place. So shame for him just to not be able to finish it off in that position.
So Bathurst is in pit lane as well. Once again, he's only just come in. So for Dan now, he's on a massive back foot. He's going to need a roll of the dice to go his way at some point tonight if he wants to battle for P3 in the championship. Realistically now, it's coming down to Cowan and Vandermeulen. I mean, Clutters is in that battle, so is Kwashi as well.
I just heard Stefano Piccoli is in the safety car tonight. Yep. I just heard it. His pit exit is closed. Yep. They actually told actually pretty good. Tyson did say, hurry up and get out if you want to not get to Bathurst, if you don't want to get swamped by the pit closure. And he goes, not much I can do. I've got repairs to be done. So unfortunately, he had to keep going. The few people in there, not ideal.
Anderson's out of the car as well, so I'd say that he may be out because he's not. He's not
had
getting
2 repairs. He's probably got massive timeline for repairs.
His pit stop's getting timed, but his race position is not getting timed at the moment. So that says to me that he's out of the car, but he is still in the session. So he's probably walked away, gone to have a little toilet break, get a drink, and then we'll see if he comes back on track at some point tonight as well.
He might come back out a bit of fun.
Yeah.
Will Buchanan, let's go. Kurt, Ray Douglas, hope the safety car doesn't lose it at Skyline like yesterday. My hope so. Terry Taylor, NFA, LOL. I don't see the joke, mate, so I'm sorry. There's still going through the incident at the moment, so the once we hear what's gone through there, we'll find out. To be honest, I think it will be a racing incident. From my perspective, from what I've seen so far, because Stefan really had nowhere to go. They was too close to each other. I don't think that Brad's done anything horribly wrong. I don't think Stefan's done anything horribly wrong. They've just got tangled up.
Greg, the FPV livery is hot property on track. That thing looks phenomenal. As I said, whoever made that one, top effort. That is fantastic. Let's show it off again. Actually, while we're on the safety car. There it is. There. I mean, that thing is that is a retro done right. That thing looks absolutely gorgeous. So well done. That looks fantastic. So a lot of love for Kurt in the chat tonight from, of course, Will Buchanan, Greg Brooks as well, Jake Slade, and Jaden Brandon out there too. So great to have you all in there supporting Mr. Nommenson and everyone else out there supporting their favourite driver in the field as well. Let us know who you want us to keep an eye on throughout the rest of this race here this evening. We are 33 minutes into proceedings, so we're just we're just over a third of the way through. We expect the safety car to come in this lap, I believe, Sinker, as well.
Oh, and safety car. Oh, what was that? Kwashi just... Was that Kwashi or was that Kleinerbach? I think it was Kwashi just got stuck into the dirt there. He must have looked down at his display or something and just went off a bit. I got a text message today from our guys at Warren Brown Tools to come and pick up a whole heap of tools and stuff to give away for the championship series for the first, second, and third.
Oh yes, for the end of that. So we've got Barb's in the green.
Yeah.
Let's have a quick chat to Barb's before we go green. Mr. Barber, you're awaiting our presence.
Mr. Greg Barber.
Unmute my microphone.
No, you have to speak up a little bit louder, mate.
I'll just unmute my microphone then.
That's better, mate.
No, I was just sitting around not doing much tonight, so I jumped into the race control room and had a look at our last incident, and then I thought I'll come and have a chat to you blokes.
Oh, good. Green flag. They're just about to go, so you want to just hold off for a second? Let's just get them spread out a bit. They're coming around the first corner as we speak. Mazzaroli's leading them around. He's already gone for it, foot to the floor. Lawrence has followed him very, very closely. And who do we have behind there? Andrew Cowan. Yeah.
So they're in that battle for P3 in the championship course as well.
Yeah. So we've got 4 of them going for that. Bartush was one of them.
Yeah, he's all the way at the back of the field, so it's going to be a tough ask for him this evening as Vandermeulen's now gotten past Cowan as well. Further back, we've got this moment here with Kwashi and Weston trying to get it back done again. Couldn't do so just yet. Barbs, though, end of season 1 for the Tuesdays. Of course, you're the admin for this series as well. How are you feeling after moving to 2 splits? And how are you feeling going into season 2 for next season for the next season as well? Oh, what's happening? We're back.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, sorry guys. No, I'm here. Yeah, sorry, I thought you were going off on a tangent there when you wondered what was going on with the SDK. So I'm hoping that we don't get 90 to 100 sign-ups again and we can go back to having 1 race on a Tuesday night, to be honest. But I'm not sure that's going to happen. But yeah, a little bit disappointing that we had 45 drivers per split at the start of the season, and I think the most we've had actually in a race session is 35.
Yeah.
And then tonight, to be honest, I'm a little bit disappointed that we only got 22. roll out for Bathurst. So it was a. I heard you talking about it earlier. It was an interesting conundrum we had, and one of the options was to combine both splits for Bathurst. But yeah, if we did have 35 drivers turn up for both splits, that'd be too many. The server can't handle 70 cars. So
some poor bugger would miss out. Yeah.
Someone would miss out. That's right. So this was the best way to give everyone the opportunity. Everybody that was registered was placed on the grid tonight. And if they came along, they had a grid spot. So yeah,
I think we'll see, Bubs. I think we'll see big numbers for the split one. As you see, these boys just having a bit of a tussle here. Cowan's getting pressure from Van der Meulen and from Daniel Clutterbuck. Boys, nice and clean. Keep it clean, please. Yeah, I think we're going to see a lot more drivers in the second split. This one was probably a little bit hard to get to for some people after work.
Well, I mean, this one didn't start any earlier than normal.
Yeah.
And, you know, hopefully we'll get more in split one, but obviously that one also finishes a bit later than usual. So
yeah,
I know there's a few guys that can't make it because it runs too late. So, yeah, look, I mean, it's a little bit disappointing that we didn't have sort of 30-35 drivers per split tonight. But
you know what? At the end of the day, amazing racing and a lot of fun. And you know what? 35 to 40 cars or 30 cars to 40 cars on race night every week with a doubles with two splits is still fantastic.
Just to confirm as well from RC, car 104 has been given a drive-through penalty for that contact with Stefan Lawrence. So they've obviously determined that due to the blue flags or for whatever reason, Brad was at fault for that one. Oh, Barbs, you would have seen that live. As a race controller, opinions?
I actually popped in and had a look at it with them. So yeah, I think I left before they had made a call, but I think Brad's got to be a little bit more predictable than that. Brad has moved offline and lifted at the same time, and you know that's a massive no-no when you're being lapped, especially on a tricky part of the track like that. You need to drive a predictable line and maintain your speed, so that the guy behind you can predict what you're going to do. And this was a case of, just as Stefan pulled out to go to the other part of the racetrack, Brad decided he wanted to use that part of the racetrack. Yeah.
Look, it's not an easy thing to do as a blue flag driver as well. You second guess yourself and you think you're doing the right thing. I've done it myself before, where I did it a few weeks ago, to be honest. You move and drop the foot off at the same time, and it is the wrong thing to do. And you think you're doing the right thing by backing off at a certain point and staying on the race line or being unpredictable. When they're that close, it's a bit too late. But it's also, this track is a position. It's like, where do you back off? How long do you hold it for?
I find the best way that I learned to deal with being a blue flag driver was personally for me was just going in at the deep end and doing a multi-class race and being in the bottom class, because you have to deal with faster cars coming past you, and the best way to learn is know that you just stay predictable and stick to your line, and the faster guys will go around you. Obviously when you're in the same make of car, it's slightly different. They're at the same pace as you. You can be gentlemanly and move over and let them go, or they can attempt to make the pass safely as well. But I think that obviously in that scenario, the onus is on Brad as the blue flag driver to let him go, because Stefan has got the right of way. But, there's also, you could look at it from the other side of, well, Stefan also could have left it a little bit earlier and waited a little bit, but he also didn't want to give anything to Jordan in behind him as well. So it's a pretty tough and difficult situation.
558 has got himself a drive-through.
That's Jacob Traynor. He's had another incident, it seems, on lap 14.
Okay.
So what's happened to Jacob?
Yeah, car 235.
Oh, he's gone for the move down the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, full rotation.
Unfortunately, he was a bit too late on the move.
He's gone, oh, I did a bad thing and tried to stop, but it was too late. That car was gutted. Oh, well, it is what it is. So what happens when you race? Sometimes you make the wrong choice, sometimes you make the right choice. It's just like any sport.
That's
Unfortunately, this sport, it can cost your opponent a lot of time in a lot of places.
So, Barbs, the point that I made to Sinker a while ago, and I think I can understand the reasonings why you wouldn't do it out of fairness for drivers, but is there considerations for future endurance races like this on the Tuesday, where whoever's in the top 20 of the championship by the end of round 8, they're the ones who are in the broadcast? Like, so you have the combined split of the top 20 in split 1, top 20 in split 2. They get to race in the broadcast race, and then you have the bottom 20 of both splits racing in a separate split.
Yeah, that is a consideration, especially given that we've got sort of only just 20 drivers shown up for this one anyway. So that'll be taken into consideration next season, although I don't think next season we've scheduled an enduro, so there's that. But yeah, it was just this is the first time we've done split races on a Tuesday night.
Yeah.
You know, at the start of the season we were managing sort of 40 drivers in each split, and that's somewhat halved towards the end of the season. But then there was always the chance that 30-odd drivers were going to show up because it's Bathurst.
This is true.
Yeah.
So,
100%.
so we had to take that into consideration as well. So
well, that then
yes.
kind of compounds to the top 20 in the championship are very likely the 20 guys who've shown up every week. So you're rewarding them for racing every week by, you know, having them in the combined race. But then you've also got the issue of if a split 2 driver takes out a split 1 driver and ruins their championship hopes, then it's, you know, all vice versa.
Yeah,
then
also,
that's argumentative. But
you take that run away from a guy who's been maybe not successful, but been there every week, and maybe have to miss a few weeks. You take that away from him to be able to drive a special race like this as well. And you know, at the end of the day, you've got to give everyone a crack. Just because they're not at the front of the grid doesn't mean they're less worthy to be on track than the guys at the back of the grid.
yeah, exactly. And the point about you know, a split 2 driver taking, or the other way around, even a split 1 driver taking out a split 2 driver.
Yeah.
You know, you kind of want to race against the same guys that you've raced against week in, week out. You don't want to all of a sudden be thrown in a race against guys that you haven't been racing, especially in a championship deciding round. So there's lots of considerations when we're planning these things.
Oh, 0870's got a tow, Peter Gretton.
yeah, what's happened to Peter?
And there was also somebody else called...
Yeah, Brad Mays.
Safety car has been called. Safety car has been called. We are at the 43-minute mark.
Oh, that is a very dangerous spot.
Called.
Is that a broken steer? Is that broken? That's broken steering.
Yeah, it looked like he must... Oh, he's
back up.
Oh, no. I don't even know. What's he... Oh, no. Pete.
You've got to hold your brakes, Pete.
Yeah, I don't know if he knew what the hell was going on then.
So this is the moment, and I mean, Brad had nowhere to go.
Oh, he's not looked at his relative. He's gone through. Who's that? Brad Mays.
But no, even with a relative there, Sinker. I mean, you're rolling back onto the circuit.
Oh no, 100%. But you just got to keep your eye on relatives and keep your eyes on brakes and put the brakes to the floor. And unfortunately, he was giving a good drive there. Pete's actually surprised me with some pace in this series and in the and in the 86.
Can I just put a shout out to Brad, who was having a good drive, and he's just had it ruined by someone not holding their brakes as well. So you know, it's one thing to say Pete was having a good drive and he was unlucky, but you got to follow the rules. You got to hold your brakes in that situation.
Oh, 100%. No doubt about it. Maisie definitely came out with the backhander on that one. Yeah, let's see what's going on at the front. We've still got not much has changed since the last safety car. So Jordan Mazzaroli, Stefan Lawrence, Sonny Cowan, Vandermeulen, Clutterbuck, Hughes, Quash, Weston, Healy, Alan Taylor up the top 11. Pretty much settled into a bit of a groove as they were going through all that. But this could be a nice little battle away at the end now.
Interesting. Mazzaroli's made the late choice to come into pit lane because Lawrence was coming in. Oh, you know what? I reckon Stefan should have pulled in at the last moment there. He should have pulled in. He could have baited Mazzaroli to keep going. And then forced him to have to go another lap. Or
dummied him and stayed out.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So dummy him and say that like, oh, actually I'm going to stay, and then at the last moment just pull across when he knows that Jordan can't get in.
Can't come in. Yeah.
Well, Callum Hodgson, Chris Tomlin, Josh King have all stayed out. Lawrence is out already. He's come out in front of Mazzaroli. Mazzaroli's still in there.
He's had an unsafe pit entry. I reckon Mazzaroli's had an unsafe pit entry. I reckon he's crossed the cone.
Let's have a look at it.
Let me find it. Let's have a look.
Bartush's car looks very second-hand.
Oh, it does, yeah.
Goes to the wall at Griffin's.
So,
yeah.
That's close. He could have sped, maybe.
He maybe spared. He's out. He was... How long was he on there for? Oh, man, no.
56 seconds. That is a stop and hold.
6 seconds. He probably sped through there.
Hang on, let's go gyro and watch his
Oh,
speed. No,
so
he's
there's
under.
been...
What's the pit
question
speed
of been
limit at
raised.
Bathurst, Barbs?
Yeah.
Is it 40?
I think it's 52 in iRacing. It's
52.
not correct. Anyway, I know that much.
So let's watch. He's doing
He's still
80.
at 85, 70. Yeah, speeding.
Slowing. Yep, speeding in pits.
Or is it 60?
If
Probably
it's
60.
No, because he's then braked
What's he
hard
doing
to get
now?
back. Now he's doing 52. So yeah, he did 62. He did 10 k's over into the lane.
There you go.
Wow. So how the cookie can crumble for the championship contenders.
We saw James Scott do it a few weeks ago.
Yep, we did indeed.
So it can happen. One was stop and hold pin entry speed. Yeah, there you
so
go.
Barbs, just to confirm as well, it's 6 points difference per position, isn't it?
5.
5.
Five,
So with a 64-point gap, that means that Lawrence has to beat him by
13 spots.
Yeah, 13 spots. So Lawrence
Without
is P.
Jordan getting the fast one.
Yeah, without him getting the fast. So Stefan at the moment is P5. Mazzaroli is P17. So Lawrence needs 1 position, which he'll get 4 more when the top 4 come into pit lane. But he needs 1 more, and he'd be winning the title if Jordan doesn't get the fastest lap. So that
the biggest consideration there is that Jordan's now put himself back in the pack, and anything can happen back there while you're trying to make your way back through.
Yeah.
We saw that last season in the Toyota 86s, where the championship leader going into the final round got himself caught up in the back of the field and ended up in the wall.
Took it.
That's right. So yeah, that'd be the biggest risk now for Jordan. I'd be confident that he can make his way past those cars that he needs to get past, but can he do it cleanly enough and without the unpredictable, X factor happening that causes further dramas in his race?
There's also the other X factor of the cars that didn't pit, who look a bit worse, were at the front of the field, i.e. Leakey, King, Tomlin, and Hodgkinson. So they're playing the risky game now of going to the hour mark, doing 1 more stop, and then getting home. So this could play out well for that top 4 playing this risk game, although King's actually going to come in. That's a mistake from Josh. He should have just stayed out at this point.
Oh, you don't do that after getting your wave by either.
No, you don't do that.
I think he was probably wanting to get out of the way of the fast guys and not cause any more problems.
Maybe, but you've also then got to think about your race at that point of he'd be better staying out, hoping for a long green period, and again, just going to the hour, because it is 85 minutes. They only get 30-odd minutes in the tank, so
one more lap?
Yeah, 1 more lap. So if he'd stayed out and they made the hour, they get home on 1 stop. The guys who have come in now are relying on a fuel save, possibly even another safety car, just to make the checkered flag. Like, that's the issue at hand for those guys now. So if he had stayed out, he would have been risk-free and stress-free of not having to fuel save to get to the end.
How long to go?
We're at 50 minutes, and the race was set to 85, so we've got 35 minutes.
35 minutes.
So he probably could make it home fairly reasonably.
Look, there's some of these guys probably at the front, probably hoping for another safety car. As well, you got to take that risk as well.
James Scott,
71 no aero package. Yeah,
I'm about to say that's probably the first time we've ever seen James Scott in the actual chat. But yeah, new aero package on the 71. Leakey is all about crossing bounds and testing new theories, and we'll see if it pays off.
It's inspired by Ferrari.
Well, to be fair to Leakey, the car doesn't have any downforce to begin with, so what's the difference of without a front bar?
Well, yeah, that doesn't quite silky smooth across those struts and panels and intakes and everything like that.
He's gone
Not
for
that iRacing
We'll claim it as an artistic livery choice there, Sinker. He's actually
Yeah.
painted the car to look like the inside of the car.
Yeah, very true.
He's not missing
very
the
true.
front end at all. Definitely not.
Well, time is ticking. These laps under safety car are fairly slow. They're just under 4 minutes a lap. So we are about halfway through. Should have these guys going
Dan
within 2 minutes.
Bartush is also out of the race as well, Sinker, just to clarify. So he's called it quits here this evening. Brad Anderson is back out on track. I'm not sure if he's he hasn't committed to his drive-through yet. He has to wait till the end of the safety car period to do so. But he is back out on track just to cut some laps and get some more practice in the car.
Yep. True. What do we say? We need 15 places for Mazzaroli to be behind Lawrence.
So Lawrence needs to beat him by 15. So he needs one position to 13. Sorry, 13 positions. So
once those guys all pit, he's pretty much just got to pass one or two people, and he's got it back in his hands.
Well, so when the top 3 pits, they'll end up, depending on when they pit, they'll end up behind Jordan. So Stefan needs Jordan to lose a position realistically for him to be leading the championship.
Safety car is moving away from the field and heading towards the pits. Mr. Callum Hodgkinson of Blackout OPR, Greg's team.
And I was told by I was requested by Ryan Bettis to remove the blackout the other day. Greg, is there no more blackout on that team name?
No more blackout on the team name.
Okay,
mate.
just OPR.
OPR.
Just one performance racing. Yep.
Okay. We lost a sponsor.
We lost a driver who carried the sponsor.
Was that Corey Lazarus?
Okay.
It was, yeah. He's a founding driver of the team, and he's gone on to bigger and better things. So he's taken his business name with him. Yeah.
Okay.
Fair
There
enough.
we go,
then.
green flag.
Green flag. So Hodgkinson gets us away as we run down towards the final corner. I got all the insides of the OPR changes.
Well, there's enough of us.
Well, there's enough. They've spread their wings very, very far. So
we're the fishies of 2025.
So
I've just been.
So Leakey's
I've just been doing.
Sorry.
I just had the calculator out, boys.
Yep.
So on a full tank of fuel at 2 minute 10 a lap, which is probably about what we're doing, yeah.
Yeah, that's the average.
Full tank of fuel at racing speed is 33 minutes.
Okay, so so
these guys are a chance.
Yeah, they're a chance.
That have just pitted. No, the guys that have just pitted are probably going to get home. The guys who haven't pitted are probably in trouble.
Yeah, so they'll need another stop for sure, but the other guys out there who have pitted, they'll need a little bit of a fuel save, but they may get away with it.
They should get home from here, given that the first 2 laps they did was unsafe.
Yeah, true. So it'll be tight. It'll be contentious for some of them for sure. Mazzaroli, we've got to keep an eye on him, remember, because he has to try and make up positions now to get further up the field. He needs to get into P13, which is 1 position behind at the moment, and if he goes to P12, he can just stay there and he wins the title. P13 or below is not good enough for Jordan Mazzaroli. So it's he's now under pressure for the first time this season. Realistically, he is put under pressure, and he's at the pressure of he can't just try and sit at the front and get a win. He has to now drive through the field, get his way forward and get moves done, and he's going for a send on Brett Taylor. Job done. Fantastic move there from Jordan Mazzaroli to get up now to P13. So we know that Lawrence will get those 2 positions once the top 2 come into pit lane, and he'll go P1. Mazzaroli, corrected, would go P11, so he would be championship leader at this stage.
Yeah, his biggest problem is going to be position. His biggest problem is going to be making a risky move and taking himself out, putting himself in a position
Oh, that
where
was
he
Scott
doesn't need to be
Weston.
like that.
That was Scotty Weston down at the chase.
Oh.
Big, hard left-hand turn there for Weston. What has happened? Has he caught the curb?
I don't know, but was that Mazzaroli passing him?
Yeah, Matt Mazzaroli had to get past him. So
got to be careful.
I think he just gassed it up, didn't he?
No, it was Leakey. Leakey gave him a bit of a door.
Oh, that.
Well, Leakey's probably going to get a drive-through for that. I would argue. unless Scott wasn't far enough up at the turning point.
The contact between Stefan Lawrence and Jordan Mazzaroli on the pit entry has been cleared. No penalties being given to either of them.
Oh, was there contact between them?
There was a little.
I did not realise that. Wow. So Mazzaroli at the moment is now P11 on the road. Championship winning position for him. He now just has to cruise control his way to the checkered flag. Keep the drivers who are behind you, and don't worry about who's ahead of you, and that will then come up ducks for him come the checkered flag at this race. We've got 30 minutes to go. Anything can happen. We've already had 2 safety cars in this race. John Gallen's nearly on wood for how many he predicted. He said 3, so he's getting pretty tight there walking the plank, but I'm a little bit... I don't want to say I'm a little bit surprised, because I know that Bathurst can bite. I know how easy we can get those sorts of moments, but we've also not had the safety car called too often in the last half of this season. But I guess then that also comes down to the incidents we've had tonight. The cars have been in a very, very poor position for drivers to drive around them.
Yeah, look, you can't get any poorer in that position coming down.
No, coming down towards the dipper, that's probably the worst place you want to find a car. Yeah. And then also coming up through Sulman as well. So it's not the best place for drivers to be, for sure.
Not at all.
Barbs, while we have got you, I do want to ask, are you attempting to defend your title at the Bathurst 6 Hour this year?
Yes, actually, that's what I've got on tonight. I've got to go to a meeting about half an hour. But we'll be there. We're running the same 2 cars again. Going for the 3P.
Very good.
Ooh,
very
3P.
Good.
Oh, another Baffert legend in the making.
Yeah, Greg Barber himself. So
I was actually down in Melbourne last Friday for what was supposed to be our last test day, and the car did about 3 laps into the gearbox. So that's all been fixed today. They've swapped the gearbox today, and they're going to have to go.
Did you do a gearbox at Bathurst last bit before the race as well?
No.
I thought you guys did a gearbox before the race as well, and then had to get another one in.
We got punted into a wall that basically destroyed the whole front of the car, but so there was a gearbox involved in that. But I suppose the engine had to come out and the box to fix it. So maybe that's what you're thinking.
Yeah, possibly. They tell you what, Mazzaroli is not holding back at all. He's getting involved in some very tight moves there around Greg Leake, and he had, who was that in front of him? Roland Allen in front of him. Yeah, that was
Jordan.
Taking the risks.
Jordan seems like the kind of man to have a punt on a 23-1 odds. I mean, he's playing the risky game at the moment.
Is there any other punt?
To be fair, no. I do the same thing, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
But if it comes up trumps, you're laughing. You know, all of a sudden you've turned $25 to $2.5 grand, and you're absolutely loving life. So, see what happens. But looks to chat Kurt with the moves. Kurt has been having a very, very consistent season, a very, very good season. A little bit of bad luck here or there, but on the grand scheme of things, he's been having quite a good season for himself as he now gets past Greg Leake, who is pretty much fighting for survival at this point, without the front end on that car.
Getting swapped now at the moment by Brett Taylor and Craig Healy, who I've got on the bottom screen. You can just see him getting down that straight. He's just got a parachute for a bonnet. Look at that car. It's just, yeah. He might as well be doing cliff diving and just hovering across the Bathurst Plains.
Jordan Mazzaroli, though, now P9 on the road, so this has worked out well for him. He's still in championship winning position at this stage, as Greg Leake has had an off track. Where is he? There he is, and it's a big spin at the final corner. To give the fair play to Leakey here, you would have thought after he's dropped at multiple positions, he should have just come in and fixed the car.
Oh, he's probably having fun. He's very much a won't be defeated type of guy. But one thing I wanted to mention is Andrew Cowan's sitting in 3rd place. He might actually get 3rd place sewn up.
So Bartish is now out of that battle for the 3rd place position. He's out of the race. Yep. So now it is between, realistically, it's between Cowan, Vandermeulen, let me check the points quickly, because I don't want to say the wrong TMX car here, who's close to them. and Daniel Clutterbuck. So, and Michael Quash actually. Sorry. So it's Clutters and Cowan who are separated by 2 points coming into this race. Quashy's 29 points back. Vandermeulen's then 1 point back off of Quashy. So those four are in that battle. With 5 points per position gaining over them. Vandermeulen's not gaining enough on Clutterbuck, but Cowan is gaining enough over Clutters to get to P3, and they're all gaining on Dan Bartish at the moment. So for Cowan, he has got good positions as Barbs has now left us. Thanks for joining us, Barbs. Much appreciated.
Thanks, Barbs. It's always a pleasure.
Always a pleasure to have Barbs in here with us. So, yeah, for Cowan, it's worked out very, very well. He's got 2 positions over Vandermeulen, so he's still gaining over him. He's got 4 over Clutters, so he's gaining 20 points over him. That's worked out incredibly well. And then, yeah, Quashy's better back. Oh, Barbs is back. Hello, Barbs.
All right. So I went and checked on Leaky just to make sure he was aware he was missing half of his car.
Oh, okay.
He said probably.
Yeah, he's such a character. You know, it's good to see Leaky on a different side of the fence. He was one of the biggest whingers and moaners about decisions and blue flags and fast cars that we've ever had in our series. And now that he's been in the dungeon downstairs driving the safety car, he's got a different perspective on life as a racer at SRW, and he just has a bit of a giggle about it now. Just goes, oh yeah, oh well, it is what it is.
Yeah, a lot more laid back now is Leaky, isn't he?
Which is what he needs with his condition.
Very true. Very, very true. Oh my god. I may have just taken the cake for someone who's not checking the time clock sync. I'm at 142 hours, which is Wednesday.
Yeah, I stopped using that because I had too many people leaving it on. Barbs and you were one of the biggest victims of it, forgetting to clock off. We'll go back to it next season.
I'm a shocker.
Once I clean up the room properly over the 4-week break that we have. But between the races tonight, we've got a little video to show off of the rotating board, picking the track for the Australian Open Wheel Nationals coming up in fortnight's time. So get ready for that. I should repeat that. The Mozza Racing Australian Open Wheel Nationals.
So they're actually a title sponsor of that as well now, Cinco.
They are a title sponsor of that as well, yes. And they're going to be, not for this season, but for season 3, they're going to be doing some giveaways as well for the SFL and the Australian Open Wheel Nationals. So if you're going to race in the open wheelers, make sure you get your registrations in as soon as they open, because they'll fill up pretty quickly with everything that's going through. And also, we're still taking registrations for Sunday's Barbs, aren't we?
We're getting close to not doing that, but yeah. We can still take
We've got a couple of probably a week or 2 left on that before we shut that down as well. So if you are into that, top 3 will get a Warren Brown toolkit package, which is ready for me to pick up, which is spectacular. So yeah, it should be a fun season 2.
All right, boys, I'd love to stick around, but I can't. Have a good call. Enjoy the second race. We'll enjoy the finish of this one as well. I'll be watching, and yeah, looking to seeing who comes out on top.
Thank you, Barbs, and thank you for all the great work behind the scenes for as admin, and also for all the work you're doing for RCs, mate. Thank you.
Cheers.
All right, Cowie is getting a bit of pressure here from Tomlin. Tomlin has been on the back of him for ages now. Him and Sean Vandermeulen have been hunting him down, waiting for Cowie to make a mistake. Obviously, Vandermeulen wants that spot because he wants 3rd place in the championship. Tomlin is just along for the ride at the moment. And on the bottom of the screen, we've got Brett Taylor.
Yeah, the only problem for Sean is he's 33 points back from Cowie in the standings, so he needs to beat him by pretty much 7 positions to get past Cowie in the championship. So he needs Cowie to drop back to about P10.
Have an accident.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what he needs.
Or punt him.
Or get a penalty. One of the two.
Yep.
No, we don't condone him punting him, because then he's going to get a penalty and then he'll drop further back.
I'm talking about put a bet on him. Yeah.
I know.
That's the track. No. I would never condone that.
No. It must be 18 years or over to gamble, of course, as well.
This is true. Down the back, I'm going to switch it up again. We've got a bit of a... Oh, yes, we do have few guys going for it. Jacob Trainer, Josh King, and Scotty Weston.
Good to see Trainer back out there after sorting out that internet issue as well.
Yeah. For a guy that's been finishing consistently up in the top 5 and 10, it's a bit of a bummer in a way to finish off the season. But it is what it is. Internet is part of your kit, part of your driving.
Well, it's similar to an engine blow. It's similar to throwing a rod in an engine or blowing a head gasket. It is the heart and the brain of how you go racing. Without internet, you can't go racing. You can't even use the iRacing service without internet at all, even test drives. So,
true.
That's just one of those things. As Lawrence has now taken the lead over Cal Hodgkinson, but Hodgkinson, we predict, will need another pit stop in this race. So he'll have to come back in at some point.
He should have got behind Stephen Lawrence a lot earlier so he could fuel save.
Yeah.
He's been sitting there absorbing all the heat for a long while there.
So
he's up 19 places.
Yeah, he's done well, but and you know what? Actually going. Car 870, 20-point post-race penalty, unsafe rejoin causing contact on lap 18. That's going the way of Peter Gretton, as he's no longer in the service. They can't give him an on-track penalty, so he's been given that post-race points penalty for that one. It's a bit of a kick in the gonads for Brad Mays because 20 points into the season, it's not really going to affect Peter too much, but that's definitely affected Brad's race. But that's just how it's worked out. That's not RC's fault at all. That's just the applicable penalty for what happened. You can't really apply anything else.
Just let Jacob Trainer by, his teammate by, and unfortunately Scotty Weston snuck in there at the same time.
he pulled a real sneaky. Oh, you want to get any closer, Jacob? My God, you want to get any closer?
Yeah.
Jeez.
He's done extremely well, man, in that car. He's come from an ACC background, so he's still getting used to the driving.
I went to cut to Jacob's camera, but he's turned it off to fix his internet, so it's unfortunate. So now we've only got Cowie's camera in the bottom corner for this moment.
That's probably what the issue was for him too.
Yeah, probably. Having to be connected to the Ninja, but also racing at the same time. So, yeah.
I did just see Cowie wipe his brow, so he's actually sweating.
He's got
out
some
there
sweat.
in Queensland.
For Cowie, though, all he has to do now is just make the checkered flag where he is. He doesn't need to make up another spot. He doesn't need anything like that. Just has to keep it on the road for the next 15 minutes, and he'll have P3 in the championship, which would, I believe I'm correct in saying this, Sinker.
Tomlin's in the pits.
Yeah, Tomlin's in, so he's had to take his stop, so we shouldn't be too far away from seeing Hodgkinson come in too. So I believe it's the top 3 will get promoted. That's correct, isn't it? To split one next season.
It depends on new signings as well. So if a couple of real fast guys pop into split one, which would not be a surprise, then it might possibly keep some of these boys down instead of them going up. So it'll depend on times and stuff like qualifying and stuff.
Yeah.
Someone like Mazzaroli and Stefan could quite easily battle it out in split one, but it also depends on who joins and who doesn't join.
Well, I think then the bonus then for whoever does win the title is they would go to split one, no matter what, and then you figure out, well, how many new people have we had, where have they pre-qualified, and then that's how you determine, well, do we put Cowie and Jordan up or Stefan up, whoever finishes second, or do we just keep it to the champion as that reward for winning, of course, as well.
Yeah, correct. And we'll see what happens at the end of the season and how the sign-ups go. So get your little fingers ready for the open of registrations in the next couple of days. And the track selections the boys have done are pretty cool, looking pretty excellent. And we'll just take it from there. I think the numbers will be high as usual. Everyone seems to be having a lot of fun.
Oh, they are. They're having a lot of fun and showing the support to the series as well. I think it was a big gamble of backing, SRW backing themselves to go to 2 splits this season, but it's come up gangbusters. And I think that we've only had, depending on how many we have in split 1 tonight, I think we've only had 2 rounds where both splits would have filled 1 split. Every other time we've had more than what would be the allotted amount, which has been fantastic to see.
We've been averaging around the 30 mark, I think, from memory, from seeing everything out there, which is where we expect it to be.
Yep.
When you're ready.
So Cal's come in. So Cowley's in for his stop.
Andrew
So
Cowan.
he's catching. He's catching Lawrence, which has been pointed out by James in the chat. Lawrence, I think, is just cruising at the moment. He's not wanting to push too hard and put this thing in the wall and ruin his chances. He knows that he needs Jordan to drop spots more so than he needs to gain them. For Cowie, he's running away. He's having to run away from Van der Meulen and Clutters, who he knows it can pass him in the standings. So at this point, he's wanting to keep this car where it is. You know, a 2:10.3. That's fairly decent time from Cowie. I saw the practice laps, and that's getting up there. So that's a pretty decent time from him. For Van der Meulen, not much more he can do really at this stage. So
no, not at all. Not at all. Not at all. They're doing well. They're doing what they've got to do. I mean, Lawrence, he going fast is not going to win him the title, but he just needs to come home strong and finish. And what a way to finish the series by winning at Bathurst Enduro.
I was going to mention earlier, but I completely forgot actually. When we're talking about getting to 1,500 subscribers, I've heard whispers, Sinker, that a Brett Taylor-esque streaking display from yourself will happen when we hit 1,500. Is there any weight to that claim?
That is untrue, mate. I would lose my job straight away.
We'd probably lose subscribers, actually, at the thought of that. let's be honest.
No, there will be no streaking by myself, mate. I live in an area where it would not be condoned at all. A lot of families around here, and it'd be quite a scary sight.
Oh, I'm sure it would be.
No, I told you. I don't know who planted that seed in your brain, mate. Definitely a no.
I don't know. I can't even come up with who may have told me. I'll blame Dean. Oh, it's easy to blame Dean. He's not here. I'll blame him.
Yeah, true. Yeah. True. He's probably not even watching. He's probably asleep on the couch.
Oh, probably. Yeah. Probably having
a sleep during the day watching the Australian Grand Prix with me.
Don't blame him.
We were 3/4 way for the race, and I could hear this.
I don't blame him, to be honest with you, Sinker. I went to have a nap as well. And unfortunately, I think that is the current going of things for F1 as Mazzaroli up the inside of Hughes. Oh, job done. Hughes nearly puts it in the wall, though. Great wherewithal from Marty Hughes. Did you see that then? Great car control. I think he might have actually put on the anchors. Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, my God.
That was so close. Hughes, Marty Hughes. Nearly into the wall and nearly into Clutterbuck. Clutterbuck is not giving that back at all. He's got a bit of pace coming back out, but they're both following Mazzaroli. There's no draft. They're too far away. They're side by side. Will Clutters do the same as he did at the beginning of the race? He has done the same thing. He's kept the pace coming through the corner, kept the control. Nice pace. Nice clean racing by both boys.
I'll be honest with you, Sinker, the hairs on my arms stood up at that moment in time. I looked at it and I'm like, geez, like...
I thought Mazzaroli was going to go then.
I'm thinking, I'm like, oh no, hands in front of your eyes, look between your fingers, please.
Let's have a look and see how close that was. I reckon he was very close to losing his position big time.
So hang on, let's just.
So here they are.
So let's go full pace, and then we'll slow it down at the corner.
Hughes is. He's on the inside. Oh, he's just tagged him. He's hit the front.
It's gone as Mazzaroli's put the foot down. He's like, perfect time to put the foot down at that point. Because if he hadn't, he was getting clipped. Yeah, and he was going into the wall.
Man. That could have been the title guy, man. What was he thinking?
Count your blessings. Yeah, I know. Count your blessings, Jordan. You've been playing the risky game all race. You needed P12 to get the title. I mean,
that is unreal. Yep.
If you ask me,
yep,
I would have just gone for P11 if I needed P12. Like, I would have got. It's just me. I would have gone for P11. Like, you know,
find a gap in the track where there's not many cars and just stay there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It seems a bit risky to me as Clutters is now side by side with Hughesy into the final corner. He stays ahead of him at this point of the race as well. Further back, Ron Allen, hot on the heels of Curtin Olmonson, who's now gotten up into P8 on the road, up 7 positions tonight. Arguably, could even claim driver of the day at this point, Sinko. I mean, he has had an absolute blinder.
Yeah, he's just been doing his job, mate. The key out there is stay clean and just keep racking up consistent lap times. and the track will come to you, the race will come to you, and he's up 7 places. So good on him. Callum Hodgkin, even though he had to pit, he's still up 8 places.
Yeah, and P13 as well. So that's a fair effort there from Cal.
Yep.
He enters turn 1. Closest battle on track is both it's not even really a battle. It's Scott Weston and Craig Healy, the teammates together. The actual battle is Sean Vandermeulen and Andrew Cowan. Mazzaroli now on the back of Vandermeulen. So this battle looks to heat up. It's okay for Jordan to go for the podium here, but you've got 10 minutes left of a championship-worthy season. Don't throw it away to get 5 extra points that you don't need. That's the thought process you've got to have in this moment. You don't need the 5 points and cut your ego or your glory for a minute and just think to yourself, do I need the 5 points? No, I don't.
Hang on, I can hear something right now. Oh, it's a phone call. That's Stefan Lawrence calling Vandermeulen. Slab a beer? What? Slow down? Punt? Nah.
Move on the brakes? Maybe.
He's going for it though, and the boys are everywhere having a lot of fun. I've still got Brett Taylor, Healy, and Weston, teammates following each other. They've just been cruising together, 1, 2, 3, and having a blast on the bottom.
Well, I think Mazzaroli's just had a wake-up call, Sinker, because he's gone very, very deep into the chase and ended up off track. So I think now maybe the thought process has now been planted in the brain of hold your horses, just sit where you are and take the title.
Yeah, I don't know. Let's see what he does. He's going to have dirty tyres here too,
he will.
you've got to be careful.
Nothing against Jordan here, but the the scenario of a champion pushing too hard and then going into the wall, or a championship contender, pushing too hard and going into the wall, is a scenario that we are all too familiar with.
Yep.
We do love it because it creates controversy.
Oh yeah,
but
we've seen it a few times.
We've seen it a few times.
Fantastic.
Spectator, phenomenal. As a league runner myself, Sinker, and for you as well, you hate to see a championship get lost because that's happened. It's one of the worst things that can happen.
You know what? It's racing. It's sport. It's like a penalty in extra time. You know, it is what it is. It just adds to the spice. That's why we all watch sports, because we all love that extra bit of thing that happens in the dying minutes. And we are in the dying minutes. We have got 6 minutes left of this 85-minute race.
Yeah, 85 minutes. So it's coming down to the absolute wire for Mazzaroli. He's just got to do 3 clean and consistent laps. That's all he's got to do. He doesn't need to push hard. Doesn't need the podium. So he's to sit where he is. He's plenty of gap in behind. Plenty of gap back to P13 where he doesn't want to be. He's got time. I mean,
he's wiggling that rear end a bit about.
Yeah, I mean Hodgkinson, who is in P13, which is where Stefan needs Jordan to be, is 16 seconds off of the next car. So there is plenty of time for Jordan to give up in the next 6 minutes or 5.5 minutes before he's
still with it.
Yeah, you know, he could have a spin and he'd probably still be fine. So for him, it's admiration for being so
conservative. There, did you see that?
That was a lot more conservative. That was a lot more conservative.
What was his last lap? Let's see. So he did a 2:13 the lap before.
That was him off.
Him off. So let's see, how's he gone this time round? A 2:10.
He still pushed it.
Yeah. Still pushed it. So he hasn't backed off at all.
No, he's still pushing for quick times, but I think he's conservative. Like, he's conservatively pushing. He's maybe pushing at 98% instead of 100. You know, or maybe at 95% at this point. I think, for him to win this championship is now kind of it's the point to prove. It's the point to prove that he's won the most races this season. It's the point to prove of, the point that we made in round 1, Sinker, that maybe he should have been in split 1. Stefan's brought it to him, no doubt about that.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
But, there is
no way at all.
No, he hasn't.
He's got the grips of the car a little bit quicker than everyone else.
Yeah.
Once everyone caught up, it's been different.
Yeah.
But the boys in the chat are going, Vandermeulen's catching. He is. He's sitting around that 6/10 bits on back of Cowan, but he needs Cowan to destroy his car to take third place in the championship at the moment. But a third place on the endurance final round is a pretty spectacular way to finish the season.
This is now this is now at this point, Sinker. This is as Kwashi has just put it into the wall at the S's, but he's kept it going. So, and we wouldn't get a safety car at this point. Needs to be careful of the traffic coming through. Good job, Michael. For Sean, this is now reassuring the decision to go to 9.5 Sim Sports. He's already had a podium this season, and that was with 9.5. To get another one with the team, so so soon after, this is now going to reassure him. And for me personally, for both the series that I call that Sean is a part of, this is now reassuring the prediction that I made at the end of last year in stating that he would win a title in 2025, because I think with this outfit, under drivers such as Sean McNamara, Scott Gamble, Luke Grundell, Logan Barnett, Vandermeulen's going to be an absolute star, and this guy is going to be incredible. Absolutely incredible. Yeah. He's shown glimpses of it when he was at Nova, but I think unfortunately for that team, he outgrew them, and now he's in a place where he's the bottom of the rung for those faster guys, obviously, but there's so much more ceiling to grow into for Sean.
Yeah, I've got the sole female in our series on the bottom camera, Di Feldman, flying along. She was battling it with Josh King, but she had a little bit of a moment, and Josh has pulled away from it. But Di has had a pretty good season. We almost saw her on the podium at one race too, didn't we?
Yeah, that was at Indy Road Circuit. She was. Yeah, we kind of hounded Cowie when he went past her. We said, "Oh, come on, Cowie, think about the phenomenon that would be Di Feldman if she finished on this podium." But if he had let her have that, that would have been that would have been 2 points that he would have given up, and those 2 points could have been crucial for his championship. So I understand why, but from a community standpoint, everyone was a Di Feldman fan that day.
It was massive.
It's similar to when Brett Taylor took his first class win. Everyone was a Brett Taylor fan that day.
We had 2024 was a very big year for a lot of cherry popping, a lot of class wins, a lot of new winners, a lot of new superstars on the rise.
Even this season as well. This season we've had an immense amount. I mean, Kevin Wakefield took his first class win in the SFLs. Dean took his first class win in the SFLs. Got his first top 10 in the SFLs. And for Vandermeulen got his first podium in the Supercars. So, for drivers like that, it's been an immense season for them, a breakout season for them, and one that is memorable, no matter where they've finished in the standings, no matter where they'll be situated in the seedings leading into season 2. I think it's been a very memorable season for all of those drivers, and I think for every other driver out there that's still learning as we get the white flag, it's a growth season. I think for a lot of drivers, there's not many drivers that we've seen go backwards.
New car, dude. People are getting used to it as well. So we're going to see some spectacular times. People that have just got into this car this season that haven't had much practice, they're all starting to get grips with the back end of it. So I think season 2 is going to be spectacular when it comes to that side of it. But it's just going to go hell for leather. And
Mazzaroli's going slow. Sorry to interrupt you, Sinker. Mazzaroli is going slow up the straight.
Is he out of fuel?
Surely not. Surely not. He's been through. Hang on. It's claiming his last pit stop was 56. Yeah, so that was his stop.
Yeah. He hasn't underfueled, has he?
He's out of fuel. He's underfueled. Or he's blown the engine, but there's no smoke. So I reckon he's underfueled the car. This is now massive. So all of a sudden...
Is there enough cars on the track?
There's enough cars. There's enough cars for sure. So the car that we need to focus on is Josh King. If Josh King gets past him, title is gone.
That's if he makes it.
That's if he makes it. So for Stefan Lawrence, he's done everything that he needs to do. And I'm glad you've actually got Josh on screen here, Sinker, because that's the exact driver we need to keep an eye on. So now... How the tables have turned. All of a sudden you think Jordan Mazzaroli, he's got the title. Has he pushed too hard? Did he blow the engine? What has happened to his car? We don't know. But he's giving up time like it's nobody's business to the cars in behind him. For Stefan Lawrence, he's done exactly what he needed to do. Cowie's gotten past the lap traffic there and gotten into P2 on the road. He's dropping. He's dropping. So we'll cut to him in a moment. But for Stefan Lawrence, around the final corner, it's P1 on the road tonight, and it's a hush. It's a is that Glock moment on our hands. Mazzaroli's dropping. Cowan and Vanderbilt on the podium. There's Mazzaroli. Trainer, how far back is he on him? He's too far back. Mazzaroli's P11. If he makes the line, he's going to get the title by the tightest of margins. Marty Hughes is going slow as well. It's coming down to the absolute final moments of this race. Mazzaroli, with no fuel left in the car, is going to cross the line. P10 on the road with the title next to his name in the most unconvincing way I think we could ever have it. Mazzaroli has won the title by getting into the top 10.
That is...
oh no, he's got a puncture. I think he's got a puncture, Sinker. He's got a delaminated tyre. I think that's the issue.
I can't see it. It looks alright.
Yeah, one of them's delaminated. The thing's not steering properly.
Well, we'll find out. We'll find out as the show goes on. But what a spectacular drive there by Stefan Lawrence and Andrew Cowan. And third on the podium tonight is Sean Vandermeulen. So we'll have those
phenomenal.
three into
I don't know if we'll be able to talk to all three of them, Singer. I don't know if we'll have time.
Right. We'll see how we go. We'll try to do the best of what we can. And definitely Mr. Mazzaroli to come in as the Series 1 first champion of the Warren Brown Split 2 Gen 3 Championship.
So before we do our server changeover, we're just awaiting the race results. Actually, I need to check if we have time to do the results. Let's have a quick look here. Not Sunday. Split 2 sessions. Nope, we've got to go now. We've got to go change over the server now. So, we will
talk to people while
we can. What we'll do is while we switch over, we'll play the reveal for the track for the AOWN. So let me just quickly do some sound editing.
So
here.
Don't go away. We're going to interview the boys, and we've got a bit of a commercial to go for you.
We have 5 minutes to join. So what we'll do is we'll quickly do the changeover. We will let me turn this down. So let's turn that down there. There we go. What I'll do is I'll mute my mic. We'll play the countdown, and then I'll unmute myself once that's finished.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to another fantastic experience with the Australian Open Wheel Nationals. Myself and Joshko sitting here waiting to spin this beautiful wheel after a spectacular season for both series, the Gentleman Sim Races and SRW. We've had some spectacular racing going for this season, and some of the boys in the top 10, top 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, all spectacular drivers. But they better be bloody even more spectacular when it comes to the race, because at the moment it is 2-0 to SRW being pants down by the Gentleman Sim Racing Club. And the top end, we've got to Julio, Denise, Danny Davidson, Dougie Gowans, Benjamin Brook, Dylan DeBono, and Nicholas Martin and Jordan Mazzarelli, and you boys joined us, mate. How's things going at your end, Josh? I know that you guys have got some weapons out there. I can see some names that I'm very familiar with, and this is going to be pretty awesome, mate. Give us a rundown.
Yeah, bloody oath. Lots of familiar names on your end, but in terms of the championship, we actually have 5 contenders who are mathematically possible to take it out. Moving forward, we're heading into the last round here, so we got Scotty Barton in the lead, Sam Chapman, the winner of round 1 of the AOWN. We've got Adam Laves, Tom Donahue, Marcus Watson, Jeff Adams, Matt Mickey, and some other notable mentions. Some latecomers in the series. We've got Karen Ryder and his teammate, Ocean Colangelo. I'm very sorry, I've butchered your name there. as well as previous series winner Jackson Rayana, who he is going to want to stick it to everyone, given how his run went in the first round. It ended very quickly.
Yes, before we get on to rolling the wheel, though, I'd like to announce that Moser Racing is jumping on board for the Australian Open Wheel Nationals, taking us to the next level. So this is our third running of the battle between the two clubs and the Open National. But for the fourth battle, keep your ears peeled and get your registrations in, because if you want to get in, you've got to finish in the top 20 in both our leagues. Moser will be doing a giveaway for the champion-elect, the winner of that fourth of our installments of Open Wheel Racing. Mate, I've got no control over this spin. Go for it. Let's see what everyone's going to be cheering about or crying about or delighted about.
Alrighty, so we had Silverstone into Magello. What it going to run? Alrighty, here we go. Ooh, Bam's favourite, Phillip Island. I don't think anyone is going to be whinging about Phillip Island. Always
a funny story
always
there, mate. I've been hanging it on Phillip Island for the last few weeks in a big way, because personally I'm crap and I can't drive it, but it's going to be spectacular. That is sensational. I think everyone's going to love that.
Yeah, definitely. I know lots of the guys, my team specifically, that's one of our favourite tracks. So may as well cover off some details. So obviously this race is taking part on the 9th. We're going to announce this reveal to everyone this Wednesday, which will be the 26th. We'll try and do it during our streams around about the same time. And yeah, the race will kick off. I haven't even touched base with you on this one, Steve, but around about 8:30 ADT, and broadcast will kick off around 8 PM. So rules and relevant information. I don't believe we're having any major changes.
No.
I don't see any reason to. It's worked. Nice blend of rules, and yeah, we'll get that to competitors in due course. But like everyone, any parting words, Steve?
Oh, I'm not going to put the moz on, mate. I put the moz on my boys all the time, but I'm looking forward to it, mate. I'll be sitting back. I'll be biting what's left of my fingernails. I'll manage to get a beer out. Obviously, I raced the SFLs this season, and I am absolutely crap. I think I completed 2 races. So it's going to be good to see the pros do it and the guys that are battling from both ends. May the best man win. The gauntlet's been thrown down for round 3 of the battle for the Moser Racing Australian Open Wheel Nationals. Going to get the bigger profile as these guys get behind us. So join us on the 9th, 8 o'clock for the race, 8 o'clock for broadcast start, 8:30 for the race to start. All right, mate. Gauntlet's thrown down.
Fantastic. We'll see you all there.
Ciao.
I've seen that happen before, though, where a car gets hit up the arse and the car in front gets pinged for speeding.
Coming back now, boys.
Okay.
Welcome back in, ladies and gentlemen. We have got our podium finishes in here. We heard Cowie just talking just then about some of the moments that were happening, but boys, the final podium for Split 2 of Season 1. Of course, we've got Mr. Vandermeer and Mr. Stefan Lawrence and Mr. Andrew Cowan. Sean, we'll start with you. Another podium for yourself as a part of the 9-5 Sim Sports crew. I've talked up a bit how this is now going to be a pretty good new opportunity for you going forward. Talk us through the decision process, but also how you're feeling after now getting multiple podiums for your new team.
You're putting the mods on me, I think. I've got a lot to live up to, so putting a lot of fleet time in and getting a lot of help from the team. It's been good, and yeah, want to move forward. Don't just want to be a vet driver. I want to win a championship, so had to make the move.
Right. Sometimes those tough decisions are, they're some of the worst some of the hardest to make. Sorry, is because it's you've got to be able to back yourself and back your decision on that one. How have you found that new team dynamic though? And to compound on that, how did it actually affect your preparation for tonight's race?
Technically, I had no preparation. Like I said the other night, I drove back from Adelaide on Saturday night, so I was a bit knackered, had no prep, and actually forgot about the qualifying on Monday until my alarm went off on my phone. So my preparation was the 90-minute prep and didn't have a setup and was trying to work through stuff. So yeah, here we are, P3, happy with that.
And then Cowie, P2 tonight. That then slots you into P3 in the championship after Dan dropped out of the race, and you managed to beat anyone else who was close to you. I mean, how does that feel to get that on, notch on your belt, and then to get a podium in a series once again?
Oh, look, it was good fun. It was great fun out there tonight. I thoroughly enjoyed the battles with Sean. He got me on that first pit stop. The first safety car, and on the restart, and that cost me a bit of time. But fuel straight at the end there. I love those sort of races. As for the championship, look, Jordan ran away with it. I think it closed there at the end, but we'll have to see how the math works out. But and then Stefan, he come out of nowhere after about 2 or 3 rounds, found his mojo and started killing us all. Nah, it was good fun though.
Oh, that's good. And then Stefan, I mean, P2 in the championship, of course, as well. P1 on the road tonight. And a very, very valiant effort. Jordan, unfortunately, just didn't drop low enough for you. But how does it feel, though, to at least run such a good season, get some wins next to your name, and to win the final round of the season? Does that fill you with a little bit of confidence leading in towards season 2 next season?
Oh, definitely. No, it's good. It's definitely good to get a season under me belt. It's been a while since I'm committed to a full season, so no, it's definitely good to look, I tried. At the end of the day, I had bad round 1 and 2, and I didn't think I was going to be where I am now. So, like Howie said, somehow I just got my mojo, got the feel of the car a bit. So, but no, it's good. Definitely want to come back next season and get that number 1.
All right.
Question for you, mate. Was there a Code Brown moment there when you hit the back of the Team SAW car at the top of the mountain, and did you think it was all over?
Kinda, like, yes and no, because I couldn't. I struggled. I was like, left, right. I couldn't judge. I went right. He went right, and then we hit each other. And I didn't think it was over. I think, I noticed I'm pretty good with my pit stops lately. So I think it was that, and obviously with the fuel saving as well. I knew I had to save fuel when I pitted on that second safety car. So no, I still kept my hopes high. At the end of the day, there was still a lot of race left. It was still like an hour to go, I'm pretty sure. So anything can happen in that hour, and it's Bathurst. So
this is true.
Well,
we've got 1 minute left.
Yeah, we've got about 1 minute. Yep. So we'll
thank you guys.
We'll quickly get you guys to give a quick shout out to your sponsors, starting with you, Sean, for the sponsors of 95 Sim Sports.
Yeah, we've got Racecraft, RSW Graphics, Track School, Track Days, Racing Ears, and Prestige Photography.
Very good, mate. Thanks so much for coming to have a chat to us. Cowie for Performance Sim Racing.
Yeah, West End Motor Group, Parramatta Isuzu, Too Easy Finance, Track Racer, my own business, cowiemusic.com. If you're in Brisbane, need a muso, hit me up. Night Rider Designs for the paints, and talk to me, bro, because there's always someone out there that is willing to listen. And, of course, thanks to you boys for a broadcast and an awesome league.
Very good, Cowie. And then for you, Stefan, for Right Sim Racing.
Look, just want to thank the boys to egging me on to get back in the car again. I just want to thank Jason Cassell for sanding and polishing. I'd just like to thank Sim Racing in Focus, Dean Reddit Packets, and I'm pretty sure Rankin's been in that a bit more. You've got Print Racer, VR Racer, Grande Automotive, and V8 Day.
Very good. Well, we're underway for Split 1, boys. We'll have to get you out of here, but thanks so much for coming and have a quick chat to us. Enjoy the show for Split 1, and best of luck next season when you're out on track.
Thanks, guys.
Nice and clean exit. Everyone's come through. No passengers, no victims out there. Hamish, everyone's done a great job. James Scott, he's already put the pedal down. He is already streaking up the mountain. He's got 8 tenths already. He is on a mission tonight already.
He's on an absolute mission. That was about as tight as I wanted to get Singer for interviews, I must say.
Live TV, you're going to love it.
Yeah, I think probably should have just stuck to the one interview, but that's fine. Learning curve for us, that's okay.
We missed out on Mr. Mazzaroli. We'll probably catch up with him another time, but the boys out on track are going hell for leather already. Getting some 2 wides coming. Oh, Jesus Christ, that was close. I think that was Crosby or someone.
Car 777 has been given a drive-through penalty for a jump start as well. So the 777 of Trav Daly has jumped the start.
That sucks.
Yep, does indeed. We have got quite a few cameras on offer tonight as well. We've of course also got the double screen happening too. So we've got the second screen once again. We've also got Mr. John Gallen, who's put his phone vertically. I think he needed to learn to put his phone horizontally. So we'll try and look at him as well. But he is of course then also covering up Mr. Young Jace Douglas, and then as well Mr. Daddy Warboys is out there too as well with their cameras on for us. So we'll keep an eye on them. As we come down towards the end of lap number 1 though, James Scott does lead the way. Ryan Bettis has had a moment further back in the field. He has kept it going though for OPR at this stage. But I mean we've got this race is 80 minutes, so I actually think someone might have actually accidentally made it 85 minutes for race 1. I think they did not mean to go 5 minutes longer, which was why it was such a scramble for us.
But I tell you what, bottom screen, mate, this is unbelievable driving of these boys at the back end of the grid, going absolutely crazy. It's who is it? It's Jamie Davis. So
Jamie Davis, Mitch Noble, and then the likes of Darren Crosby, Peter Pavlovic, and Jeremy Bush as well. As we commence to lap 2, James Scott leads the way, Blake Warboys in P2. In fact, we scrambled so much I didn't have time to fix something, so let me just quickly do this.
While we are here, the boys are all settling in and Hamish is doing his bit. James Scott has just got a fast lap already with 2:09.
Oh, John Gallen has put it in the wall at turn 2.
Oh, he's facing the wrong way. He's got it back.
So what has happened at turn 2 with Billy Mole and John Gallen? Mole looking to go alongside him at turn 2. Oh, it's just a... Oh, my God. Rollover.
Look at that. Oh, unfortunately, I reckon that's going to be on Mr. Gallen. He looks like he's crept across the front of Mole there, but we'll leave it for the boys downstairs.
Yeah,
but
we'll see what they say. But that was...
not doing...
That was he predicted 3 safety cars. Is he trying to bring out the third for us so his prediction is correct?
Mate, if he's lucky he's not in VR, because that, look at that. Oh, he just missed an OPR car as well. Oh, my God. That is crazy.
I fixed it. If you look at his driver info.
Oh, Daddy Warboys.
No, I said he shouldn't have said anything.
Watching. Please like and subscribe and tick the little notification button, the thumbs up, the whole shebang, and let us know who you want to see, who you're watching, because we are always out there to help out. And Steph McCauley has taken the lead. She was doing the driver introduction and the conversation before the race, so she's stepping up a bit tonight.
It's good training for her.
Yeah,
similar to when, as James Scott says, fast lap of the race 2 at 8.01. Similar to when she was in the broadcast booth with me. Eventually got her footing and very, very comfortable. Very keen to learn as well, which is good.
Keep an eye out for some off-season racing as well between seasons. We've got 4 weeks to come through, so we're going to be doing some Thursday night GT3 stuff, and we're going to be doing some Super Formula Light racing on the Wednesday nights. All fun. All drivers can enter and have a bit of fun, so it will be available. I'll put out the track list in the next couple of days.
So as Jace Douglas now looks to chase down Troy Stonestreet, this battle's within the top 5 as well. Ryan Mueller's not too far behind them. Angus Lawford is tucked in nicely behind him at the moment, as well as Brandon Levin. And we mentioned last week, we even got to speak to Ryan about it last week, in fact. The fact that him and Billy Mole...
I'm laughing at Gemma, Warboys' fiance. She's actually started calling him Daddy Warboys around the house.
Very good. I'm so glad, Gemma. I am so glad.
With the t-shirt and the cap with Daddy Warboys on it.
As I said, he needs it on his cart. He needs it on his go-kart. Phenomenal stuff. Thanks so much, Gemma, for getting into the chat and watching along with us as well. But yeah, we got to have a conversation with Ryan Mueller last week. We made the comparison, Sinker, that him and Billy Mole have had very similar seasons, and it's reflected that in the points standings. Tonight, though, Billy Mole has, unfortunately, it seems, found the bad luck side of the coin very, very early on. But we know how quickly things can change. We saw it happen in race 1 with Mazzaroli with the delaminated tyre and how that can then change the scenario. I just want to quickly walk through the championship standings very, very quickly.
Further action.
Hey?
No further action in that incident we saw.
Okay.
I think it was the one we're talking about.
Yeah, that's car. Yeah, it is. That's car 49. Oh no, that's Ryan Bettis and
Jeremy Bush.
Yeah, Jeremy Bush. So
yeah,
that's between them.
Yep.
So just quickly on the point standing side of things, because we do need to kind of talk about it coming into this race. Blake Warboys has got an 80-point gap at the moment over Angus Lawford. So with a 5-point difference between positions, Angus needs to beat good old Daddy Warboys by what would be the math on that? 12 positions is 60. So give 20. So that's 16. He needs Warboys to finish outside of the top 16 of this race for Lawford to win the title. James Scott is not within the championship hunt. He's not raced enough races this season to do so. So he's out there for personal gain and a bit of fun on track as well, which we love to see. So for Warboys, just needs that top 16. Just needs that top 16 finish, and he will win the title this season.
He's still in the title hunt for the championship as well. So, and got his name on some tools when that season finishes, which is pretty much at the same time as season 2 will complete.
Oh, Jaden Brandon saying that they want P2 for Angus Lawford, so they're happy to. That team's happy for P2, of course. Ryan Mueller, who's P3 in the championship standings at the moment, he's a further 18 points back off of Lawford. So that's pretty much where Lawford's sitting on the track where he wants to be. Only losing 5 points currently to Mueller, which is not enough for him to get into P2. So that's pretty much going to be the battle that we see here tonight as well. But if Angus wins, God help us all, I guess, if that happens. But that would be a wild scenario. I think an absolutely wild one. One that I think is not on the cards personally. It would take Blake to get to some bad internet again, like what happened at Indy, for Angus to be a chance at that. I think personally tonight.
That was a tough way to lose a race. That was.
Oh, very, very tough.
Coming in the pits and all, went to pear shape.
Yeah.
We've got, speaking of the project
36,
drivers, Jamie Davis being chased down by Mitch Noble. Mitch Noble got a little bit squirrely then a few minutes ago, and I thought it was going to be all over. But Darren Crosby putting pressure on him as well. So great bit of fun those boys are having at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, it's, as we said in Split 2, that we're going to get to a period after about 15 minutes where we're just going through the motions and we're waiting to see what happens, whether it's going to be back markers that get involved and cause a safety car, or it's personal grievances on track that might happen, or a self-made moment. That's what we're going to be hoping for at the midpoint of this race. It's the long game. We spoke it up. It's buying a ticket to the end. It is getting yourself in a position to be at the positive position of the circuit at the end of the race. So for the likes of Warboys, he would have done the maths. He would have figured out where he needs to be to win the title. He will be. He's a very, very smart driver, and this is not a poor comparison to Jordan, but Blake is more likely going to just sit where he is, and he'll be happy with P2 because he knows that'll win him the championship.
Jamie's come out of that last corner a bit on the sluggish side as they came into. Was it the cutting? Yeah, it was the cutting, and he drifted out, and Mitch got right on the back of it. But Mitch is really putting too much pressure on those rears. I'm watching his rears. He's coming out of corners. He's doing a fair bit of spinning of tyres, so he needs to either soften up that rear end a bit, so he's getting a bit more grip down, or just ease off on that throttle a little bit. He's going to end up again. Just then, did you see it?
Yeah.
He's going to end up with no rear end.
And that'll probably then lead to him being in the wall, or if he locks it, say at Forest Elbow right there, if he locks it up, he's not going to be able to get the car not only pulled up but actually turned in if there's no rear grip as well. So if he gets a front lock up, he's screwed in that scenario.
Mitch, if you're listening, just soften up the rear end a little bit on the sway bar.
He can't until he comes into the pit lane. He can't change the roll bar until he pits.
That's correct.
There's no rolling changes for that anymore. The only thing you can change whilst out on track now is the brake bias. Yeah, it's the only thing you can change. I think it'd be cool if you could change the throttle mapping on track. Obviously, you can.
Real car, can they?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Like, I feel like that would be that would be a pretty cool scenario. Like you could have different engine modes that you can move it into. So say if you're trying to save fuel, you might put it lower on the spectrum to be less responsive, to not burn more fuel off the throttle. But that would then also, bring in different strategy plays and how you play that sort of card. I think, there's a multitude of strategies, Sinker. The strategies are less comprehensive in this style of racing, especially for an 80-minute endurance race, because it's pretty straightforward with limited fuel. I think Lawford has just had a big blink.
Was it? Oh, it was Lawford. I thought it was Gaby.
No, that was Lawford. So I'm just going to sit with 11 to see if this fixes itself. I think actually a lot of drivers who may not have that much experience doing it would benefit from racing in some of the endurance races that are offered on iRacing through the officials. So whether that's the special events, or there's actually some series that run bi-weekly or tri-weekly moments.
Car 12, 553, no further action.
Okay, so they've determined that was Ryan Mueller and Billy Mole.
So they must have both moved towards each other at the same time.
Yeah, so I'd say I think they may have actually possibly got the cars mixed up there, because that of course would be John Gallen of the 350 car, so that's okay. That's fine, it happens. I think the iRacing and the officials offers a multitude of endurance races that aren't necessarily special events. There's bi-weekly multi-class racing and stuff like that. And I think if drivers had the time, they would actually get a benefit of doing a couple of those races, or even a full season, to learn the dynamics of patience and waiting, because it's a long race and you've got to be able to get to the end. And you can learn so much from sprint racing, but there's also the nuances of endurance racing that will pay you benefits in this style of timed racing. So, it's a balancing act, isn't it, Sinker, of knowing when to push, knowing when to pull back, and knowing how to drive during, as we normally mentioned, call it the lull period in the middle of the race. So, I mean, I think there's some merit to it of learning that. Even if it's in a slightly different discipline, it will help you in the long run gain some skills that you can cross over with.
Look, any seat time in a car, as far as I'm concerned, is huge, and that's one thing that all drivers have problems with, getting enough seat time. It's the key to being up there with your James Scotts and your Daddy War boys.
Yeah.
It comes to a point where you don't need to do a lot of those, because your racecraft and your skill level's at a certain level. It's really just getting out on the track and just making sure you're hitting all your points, make sure your car's balanced, making sure you remember the tracks, and off you go. Some of these boys are at level as, like Hamilton. Hamilton's got a little black book, and every time he does a race or a practice or anything like that, he actually writes down little things that he found, little nuances on that track. Like if I get the rear touching that corner on the out of the apex or the in apex, I can pick up a bit more speed. It feels good there. Little tricks. He writes all this stuff down, so when he goes back to that track, he can assess his car and see how his car's performing and what it's doing. If he can use the same things again, or if the car's aerodynamics have changed that dramatically, that it can't do it again. So, here we go. Miss Piccoli is
no further action as well for the 350 and car 12 moment between John Gallen and Billy Mole.
Yeah.
Which I think it's a fair call, because it did seem from the one view that we looked at it that they both kind of came towards each other. Yeah, and that was one of those moments.
Look, that's what we said.
And if it was Gallen's fault, it's like the NFA as well, because it would then be self-penalising to give it to Gallen, who's at the back of the field, and that doesn't help his case. So
no use penalise something who's penalised already.
No, that's right.
We're not here to penalise people. We're here just to adjudicate.
That's right.
And follow the rules to the best of our ability. Oh, a little bit squirrely there by Jace Douglas, but he's having a good trot there.
Yeah, he is. He's just in behind Ryan Mueller at the moment.
Rain Campbell up 10 places.
Insane.
Absolutely
insane. Rain is, poor old Billy Mole and Brandon Levin will be screaming, rain, go away, come again another day. But for him, he's having a great race and a fantastic run to get inside of the top 10. Ryan Mueller's had a great run as well. He's up 1 inside the top 5, as is Douglas, as is Lawford. They're all up 1. Levin's up 2. Mole's down 5. Davis up 6 for Project 36 at the moment as well. So they're currently some of our bigger movers. Crosby's up 2. Bettis is up 2 as well. Pav's up 3. So those are the big movers. Mr. Muller is the only non-starter here tonight for whatever reason. He didn't start the race.
He looks like he's been mugged.
Mate, I reckon that's the quickest wrap job I've ever seen of a car, because I reckon he's driving Leakey's car now, and they've just wrapped it in the WKMP colours. He's borrowed it. That's what it was. He didn't have the spare.
Possibly. I wonder if he's using Leakey's oxygen bottle.
He's definitely got the cool suit on, I'll tell you that. But it's funny that you mentioned the Little Black Book of Hamilton, and just to go kind of cross sports here, but I think there is some merit to the comparison. I've seen footage online multiple times of Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors. He was just in a pre-game warm-up bouncing the ball on the court. He found a dead spot in the court by bouncing the ball. And it's very similar to, drivers going on track walks and through previous practice of finding those little issues that there might be with a circuit. And then again, just like the fact that he can find a dead spot by knowing that the ball won't bounce there. Like,
he was just jogging along, and the ball just felt funny, and he went, hang on a minute, that was what happened there.
And then he bounced it, and it wouldn't bounce. Like, insane. Not that I'm a big basketball fan, but I think it's a good point to make and a good comparison to make. There's many other comparisons you can make out there. The comparisons of, if you want to go local and go Australian football, players can determine how well the ball's going to kick by how pointed the end is. So if the end's incredibly pointed, you'll see them if they're going for a free kick, they'll squeeze either end of the ball in to get better rotation of it to fix the aerodynamics of the ball, especially if it's brand new.
Let it come out of there really hot.
He did indeed. Very, very hot.
Campbell was just on the back of him. Is this 1.5 tenths on that? These guys are going to see who he's going to make. Is Wayne going to have a crack here?
Yeah, he will. He will. He's going to have a send. He's going to have a send as Rain Campbell of the OPR team. One Performance Racing. Job done.
Beautiful driving all three there. Because Levin had to bring his car back in, and lucky that Mole had no nose, because otherwise the nose would have got clipped.
Saved him an incident point.
Yeah. Lack of proboscis. It's a righto plucky now.
So depending how much seat time drivers can put in, and pre-race practice they can put in, that's where you can find those little nuances of the circuit for the server setup, but also how well your setup is suited to the server. One setup may work in one server, it may not work in another, depending on how green the track is or the track temp or anything like that. So it is such a fine balancing act in that scenario.
It's a key to having a fast car out on track, and it's a massive benefit to those guys who can set their cars up properly.
Oh yeah.
Because it is a big difference. I remember racing a GT3 race at Sandown, and Stefan Lawrence gave me a setup for the Porsche.
Hang on. Was it Stefan Lawrence or Stefan McCartan?
Stefan McCartan, sorry.
There we go.
Gave me a setup for the Porsche, and it was like chalk and cheese. It was like, man, I can actually get this car on the track and actually do something.
I have somewhat of a semblance of idea of how to adjust a car to how I want it. I've got no idea how to set up a car from ground zero. Absolutely none. I can adjust it and make it feel better for me, but if you're giving me a baseline,
it go faster though, doesn't it? Yeah.
Oh yeah, like right. if you're given a baseline, I'm like, I don't know how to build a setup. I can adjust it, but I ain't making a setup out of that. Like, no idea. Maybe that's why I commentate instead of racing.
Well, we've got an hour left. We're at the 20-minute mark. We've got 60 minutes left, and the boys have all tapped out all over the place at the moment. We're probably going to see pits, 35-minute mark?
Yeah, they can go about 33. So the lap times are a little bit quicker, but yeah, probably about 33 minutes will be the pit stop.
James Scott is absolutely tearing it up. He's got a 2:08.009. So a lot of these boys are still the first few times they're going to be racing proper race at Bathurst. I know there would have been a lot of servers open up as soon as the cars came out, but as a proper race and like getting a handle on the cars now, they know what they want to adjust, they know what they want to feel. It's going to be tough.
So I think at this stage, because how much endurance racing experience do you actually have under your belt, Singham? It's not something we've actually really spoken about. Comparing our endurance racing experience. I have a bit. I've done a couple of endurance races.
It does not interest me in the slightest. I do
that's-
not
that's-
have the patience all the time to
That
do that.
sounds like it sounds like a real shame, Cinco, because like I love endurance racing. I love doing an endurance race. I am in no way ever doing a 24-hour race again in my life.
Look at this. Sorry, mate, to interrupt you. Back at the bottom screen, the battle is going crazy here at the moment. The boys are getting so close to each other. Crosby is putting the pressure on little Mitch, and Mitch has got, and Ryan Bettis has put the pressure on Crosby, so they've swapped around the last few traps.
So Rain Campbell now hot on the heels of Angus Lawford. Mitch Noble with Darren Crosby and Ryan Bettis in behind. Bettis wants to send it up the inside at the chase. Oh, Barb's saying, haven't lived till you've done a 24-hour in VR. No, thank you, Barb's. No, thank you whatsoever.
I remember doing one of our own enduros and sweaty inside my VR and not being able to wipe it on off my nose, and oh my god, it was like a Russian water drop that torture. Mitch is putting away from these boys. At the
Yeah,
moment,
he is. So Bettis got that job done. Campbell is now side by side with Lawford, so he had the move done, but Lawford's now trying to come back at him here. Side by side into turn 2. Rain Campbell inside line of the OPR machine. Levin wants to take advantage as well and get past Angus Lawford finally if he can. Up towards turn 3. Gets the job done. Lawford plays the smart game. Tucks it back in behind. And now we move on to the rest of the lap. So for Rain Campbell, it's worked out well for him. Levin's gotten past.
He's done
done
extremely well.
That was great wherewithal as well from Lawford, just to back up and just think, play the long game. Long race ahead. Don't need a battle for it right now. You know.
Yeah, Stone Street was putting pressure on Adam Hughes. Adam Hughes is sitting in second place. And he is 4 seconds.
That's third place, Singer, actually.
Third place, sorry.
Sorry, yeah.
Oh, he's got number 2. Third place, sitting 5 seconds behind Daddy Warboys. But Stone Street was up the back of him, but he's lost a bit of contact from him at the moment. But Warboys is cruising. He's sitting in 12 seconds behind James Scott. Scott is just tearing it up at the moment. His laps are really fast. He's like doing 2:08.4 was his last lap. Warboys is 2:09.8, so he's not looking at keeping up with him. He knows he's got the title going, and he just needs to have a bit of fun out there.
I'll tell you what, Trav Daly is struggling behind Peter Pavlovic at the moment. He is wanting to get past him as soon as possible here. I'm watching him following that. Oh my god, I've tracked for Noble! Off the road, cross the track, circa Frosty 2007. Oh, and it's in the wall.
Oh no!
Oh, and he's auto-towed.
Oh,
he pressed
silly
the wrong
boy.
button.
It's an enduro, man. You don't auto-tow. Oh man, that was one to unpack. There you go. Life in the fast lane.
Oh, cross the track. There he goes. He didn't make the jump like Frosty did in 2007, but unfortunately for him, he shouldn't have put the foot into it.
He was trying to get it rotated.
Yeah, he should have just lifted and then tried to turn it back on track.
He hasn't called it in either.
Well, because he towed.
Unless I can't hear the drivers.
Oh no, I know why. He hasn't towed.
Oh, do you reckon he went to the Shadow Realm?
No. I think someone may have actually clicked a button.
What do you mean?
He's not getting timed at the moment, so whether he's
left... I reckon he might have left the session.
Yeah, maybe. He might have left the session, quite possibly.
Oh, Mitch, very silly, very silly. Still a long, long race, man. And it's a good experience out there. Oh, well. Now you don't even get to call in race control. Oh, well, let's back to the action. Who are we with? We're with Travis Daly coming down the mountain.
Yeah, so he's now gotten by Peter Pavlovic. So they were battling before, but I think he got the job done on Pav in the end and has now gotten past him. So a battle that we had on screen before of Angus Lawford, Brand 11, Billy Mole continues now to materialise inside of the 10. Adam Hughes has now got Stone Street hot on his heels once again. This is for P3. So an intensifying battle between them.
Billy Mole going into the pits. Billy Mole's going to the pits at 26-minute mark.
Yeah, so I think he can make it to another stop from here and then get home, Sinker, because remembering it's about 33 minutes for the stop. 2 stops at 33 gets you to 66, so there's still 14 minutes they have to fill. So he could have made it from 12 minutes ago and gotten home, but it's a long time to go on tyres. So he's tried to probably split them evenly as Stone Street gets up the inside of Hughes at turn 2. Job done for him. Hughes will now want to sit behind him, save a little bit of fuel, and maybe push on to their pit stop. So for Mole, he's probably decided let's just split it 3, 3, and 3 and go 26, 26, and then to the end for him. So that'll work out nicely for him. He'll be able to make it home at a stop by 50 minutes into the race. So if there's a safety car called maybe around about the 48-minute mark, we may see drivers come in to take those final stops and then fuel save to the end.
James Scott's on the bottom screen at the moment. He is just... his last lap was a 2:08.316. He is just clocking the 2:08s at the moment. He's probably about 9 to 8 tenths a lap faster than Daddy Warboys is going at the moment. But just smashing that car all the way along.
So Hughesy is running a very, very consistent and clean race. He has let Stone Street go, but I think, Adam's done plenty of endurance races before. He'll be playing that smart game as well. Mitch had a PC crash. His PC went Sinker. So remember he struggled with that before?
Yeah, his resolution went, so he would have been everything would have been out of... oh well. That's it. That's life.
Yeah, that's a real shame there for Mitch Noble. That is such a shame for him. So, to be fair to Mitch, he could rejoin the server and keep going. You could get back out there, Mitch, and just keep on trucking along, even though the game's crashed. You're not out of contention. I mean, he might be out of contention for a top 10, but even just to get out there and get some track time in him might be worth it.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it going.
So we started to get a little bit of spread now between some of these drivers.
The pit stop's starting to come. We're at the 28-minute mark, 29-minute mark.
They'll be coming very shortly.
They're all going to drop very soon.
I want to talk about Sinker because obviously we had the announcement happen in between the session changeover. Phillip Island for the AWN. How depressed are you that we got Phillip Island? And I must say as well, how sweet it is to get that there.
Did you hear my comments on it?
I did. I watched it originally and I skipped ahead to where it was and then I listened in and I saw it and I'm like, I just had a big grin on my face at that point. I'm like, of course it's Phillip Island. So I'm excited though. I love Phillip Island. Big fan. I'm a big fan of it for the open wheelers as well. I think it's going to be absolutely phenomenal stuff. I think, last season I've been very vocal and openly vocal about the fact that I wasn't a fan of Silverstone. It was a great race, mind you, for the first AWN. Phenomenal stuff. Proved me slightly wrong for my opinion on it. I'm just not a fan of Silverstone. Mugello, I was very excited for, and I think we got the payoff of that. That was a fantastic race. I think you're going to be a fan of Phillip Island, Sinker, after this one.
I'm going to be fine. As much as I put you on it, I still like the racing, no matter where it is.
Knowing how chaotic the AWN can be in terms of swapping and changing of who could be the leader and not, I think that race is going to be an absolute barn burner. I think that one is going to be, that AWN race that's coming up, not to toot the horn of it too much, I think it's actually going to be a race that you would market to people to come on board to SRW as a sponsor or as a driver. I mean, that thing is going to be, it's going to be insane. I think it's going to be chaotic, and it's probably going to have a lot of crashes and a couple of safety cars.
Yeah.
But it's going to be one for the ages.
I'll be sitting there in my.
You know what would be the irony to it as well, Sinker? If SRW were to win their first AOWN at Phillip Island, that would be.
So far we've been skid 2-0,
that would be I feel the cherry on top between yours and my little toing and froing about Phillip Island, that would just be cherry on top moment, I think, if that were to happen. So, you know,
going on, Adam Hughes is having a bit of a fight back here.
He
as
is,
they're going through the quarry. Coming up through there, he was like 2/10, 1/10. He was sort of drifting in between around there. But what a weird name, Frog Hollow.
Frog Hollow.
Yeah.
Why have you found Frog Hollow for?
Oh, it's in one of the corners on this map that I'm looking at. They call it Frog Hollow, which is between 8 and 9. They call that Frog Hollow.
I think it's either an actual like creek or dam that might be there, or it's like someone's property that they've called Frog's Hollow or something.
Frog Hollow, yeah, exactly.
Because you know, no matter how much we love country Victoria or country New South Wales, Sinker, people have got some weird names for their properties. There's a horse riding property here in Victoria.
James Scott's going in the pits.
He is, so half an hour. So he's pretty much gone to the maximum. So we would expect the majority of these drivers to come in now. Yeah, we'll get Ryan Muller on screen. Don't worry, there he is. There, Zane. Don't worry. You don't need to pester. Don't need to pester. It's fine. Ryan is on screen. It's okay. He's not in a battle at the moment. All right.
Yeah.
So
he's not entertaining at the moment.
No.
But we have the race leader at the moment.
Stone Street's in too. Mueller's in as well. So those guys have all now come into pit lane.
Daddy Ball Boys has stayed out.
Oh, right. That's about as close as you want to get to the speed limiter on the entry to pit lane, Single. We've already seen one driver cop a speeding and pit lane penalty tonight. That was Ryan Mueller. Then he got so close. Like, he was doing about 110 through the entry and just got it right down to 52 as he got to the cone. So about as close as you want to get it for Ryan Mueller there.
War Boys have stayed out. Adam Hughes and Rain Campbell.
They've probably been saving.
OPR Boys.
Yeah.
OPR Boys have stayed out. Brandon Levin stayed out and Ryan Better stayed out.
One performance racing Sinker. I think at this point are well-known fuel savers.
Oh yeah.
So you know they can fuel save like it's nobody's business. We know that War Boys can as well. James Scott, you know, he's not in the championship fight, so he's probably just playing the safe game. He's not willing to put a gamble on anything. To be fair to War Boys, he doesn't need to gamble anything. He just needs to finish top 16. And he's got it. So for War Boys and for Scott, I mean, War Boys is trying to run his race, trying to get to the end. He'll be fuel saving again. He'll be running that endurance mentality. You can't play for a safety car because you're never guaranteed one. We used to make
the way these boys are all driving.
Every time I've made the claim on a live broadcast of Long Beach that you're almost guaranteed a safety car, I don't think there's actually been a safety car called. Of a live broadcast. Replay broadcast, different story. I know or don't know if a safety car is going to get called in those ones. But in a live broadcast scenario, you can make the claim, and it just has never paid off when I've made that claim. And realistically, with how good these guys are in Split 1, you know, if Mitch Noble's PC didn't have an issue as War Boys comes into pit lane, would that have been a safety car worthy moment? I don't know. So you can never tell.
If he bounced back out onto the track, it would have been definitely.
No, and if someone hit him too, that would have been you know, even worse. So
here comes Daddy War Boys in the pits as James Scott is coming down through the chase.
Campbell, Levin, Bettis would be the next one if he comes in. He does indeed. So James Scott looks to take back the lead of the race at this stage. As War Boys is in the box.
James Scott's coming around the corner.
So he's going to be well ahead. He'll be well ahead, Sinker. He's just come past. So, you know, as we said, Blake's playing the smart game, the safe game tonight. He only needs P16 or above, and he's got it. So, and you know, with James Scott so far out in front, again, very unlikely that Angus is going to make the front. I mean, his goal is P2. It's not P1, so he's not going to fight too hard to get up the front. So, you know, he's having a good time, having a good crack out on track. As Mueller, is he going to come past Husey on exit? No, Husey stays out ahead of Ryan Mueller at this stage. So this battle now lets continue on for Troy Stonestreet, Adam Hughes. Ryan Mueller's got some work to do to get up to the back of him. Billy Mole, what a comeback for him, Sinker. Got that car fixed, is now back up into P6 on the road. So relatively speaking, not a bad effort from him and not a bad night on the track. Jace Douglas has got Rain Campbell now back behind him in P7. Brandon Levin, Angus Lawford make up our top 10. Lawford's got his teammate Jamie Davis hot on his heels at the moment. Here's Davis running up in
they've been
behind
driving like that
Angus.
for a while. I'd say we just doing the team drive together at the moment. Billy Mole, great work, as you said, coming back up. Rain Campbell up 11 places, having a very, very good drive. His biggest issue is just consistency, I think, and just the lack of seat time. I think he's a FIFO and nearly comes in he can't race every.
I'm not going to say yes or no, Singer, because I don't know.
Yeah, I know that he's missed a few races, but when he's on song, he's on song.
He is indeed. He's proven it time and time before. We are just over around about 45 minutes now to the end of this race. And for James Scott, it's been a great night at the office thus far. 19-second lead over Blake Warboys as he comes down in towards the final corner here of the Bathurst circuit. So still a lot of time on the road for James Scott. A lot of time for anything to happen tonight as well, Sinker. A lot of time for drivers to have technical issues, internet issues, PC issues, whatever it may be. But also enough time on the road tonight for drivers to get caught up in an incident for a safety car to get out on track. As Scott sets fast up of the race, 207.35. So he is flying for the Chiefs at the front of the field.
He's doing very well. Very, very well. But just see if you can get some of his Chiefs boys to come across and race next season as well. I think Lobby's raced in here before, so I don't know about the other boys.
Lobby's not a part of the Chiefs. He's still a part of DPR.
Oh, is he? Oh,
yep.
He's, okay.
No, it's so the Chiefs. So the drivers that have gone with him to the Chiefs is Borg and Dylan Rudd. So Brian Borg and Dylan Rudd have gone with him there. I'm pretty sure Lob's still with DPR based on the team that he signed up with for vets. So
cool.
that would answer that question.
He's just loving it. He's just having a ball at the moment.
Right, he is. He's loving life. He's found himself a team. You know, I think James was probably a little bit disheartened to get dropped by Lobs. That's probably where you're getting confused, because he used to race for a team called Lobs.
That's right.
Yeah, and that was different. So probably a little bit disheartened to get dropped by Lobs last season. You know, we obviously don't know the background of it and why it happened with him, Dylan, and Brian, but you know, you've got to feel for them. And you know, do you question the decision of why would you drop James Scott? But obviously something's happened that they've then decided that. But for James, it's played out as a positive now, because he's got this new opportunity with the Chiefs to bring them into the limelight across a multitude of series. You know, for SRW here on a Tuesday and a Sunday, to Scops on a Sunday, to Logitech Pro Series on a Wednesday, and then their Sunday races when they have the Enduros as well. You know, he's getting to promote this new team and this esports team as to be one of the best and to be contenders at some point as well. So I'd expect this team to grow and for them to coax more drivers to join the field of the Chiefs as well. You know, I don't know if we'd ever see a War Boys there, because he's very, very close, tight-knit with the WKMP boys. It's a very family-oriented team. It is. So, and I don't know if we'd ever see a Stone Street there or whatever it may be, but maybe it's a Rain Campbell or a Ryan Bettis type of place. Who knows? Maybe I know James and Madison Down are very, very good friends. Maybe Madison eventually goes to Chiefs away from TTR. So it's it's a good opportunity for him and for this new team, but I think as well it's a privilege and an opportunity for us to show off these teams and show off these drivers week in and week out, at least on our end, in our series. You know, they obviously get shown off by other broadcasters and other series across Australia. But, you know, what an opportunity to bring this team, you know, to life pretty much on a live stream. I mean, it's absolutely incredible. And I think that, you know, we want more drivers to race in the series, because we want to be able to give them the opportunity not only to race, but to get into a series which has, you know, high quality live broadcasting, live race control, and to get as realistic an experience as they possibly can in a sim. And that's what
Jace Douglas just got past by Rain Campbell, just coming into the Griffith Bend. And there they're coming their way through the cutting. Jason's not giving up. He's having a bit of a sniff, but Brandon Levin's right back of him as well. So this is starting to catch up. Angus Lawford and Jamie Davis are catching them up. So we're going to have a nice little bottleneck kick sit behind Ray Campbell soon.
Yeah, so we may see Rain start to run away from Douglas. Depends how willing Douglas is to push to sit behind him at this stage of the race as well. So as we trickle our way towards, we're at the 40-minute mark of the race, so halfway through tonight. Mr. Douglas, as stoic as ever. I feel that I saw a little change of the facial expression then, Sinker. Maybe a tightening of the facial muscles there. Is the S's and the Dipper the only place we're ever going to see Jace Douglas actually pull a face for us? Or is it going to be pure stoicism from him?
Possibly. He's masking his emotions very well. It's like he's wearing a helmet.
Yeah, he's very, very, focused and lowbrow in terms of how he's racing. And I think that's just him keeping himself cool, calm, and collected. And that's what you got to be, especially racing around some of these very, very quick drivers in a very difficult car to race as well. It's good to see, and it's good to see him pushing hard to stay within the front part of the field tonight, which is absolutely
he's
phenomenal.
doing well. He's getting a lot of pressure now from Brandon Levin. Brandon's sort of up in there and getting close to him, but not quite close enough to make him sweat. It's about 6/10, and Jason is about 5/10 on the back of Rain Campbell and Daddy Warboys in his relaxing mode. He's got 21 seconds to James Scott, and he's got 8 seconds behind him. He is just in cruise control.
Absolute cruise control. And that's what we spoke about, Sinker, of we can make the comparison between Blake and Jordan. Blake's trying to control the controllable at the moment. He's not putting himself in a risky position. He's pushing hard, but he's pushing at 95%. He's not pushing at 100%. He's just running his race and getting his way forward throughout the field as well, which is what he needs to do. Realistically, he just needs to stay where he is. Doesn't need any more than that. Ryan Mueller and Adam Hewson's Troy Stone Street, their battle is continuing at this stage. Ryan's about 3 seconds off the back of them, though, unfortunately. He has dropped a little bit of time, but maybe a bit of fuel saving on board for him at the moment. But Husey is continuing to apply this pressure on the back of Stone Street like a good old back street corner Chinese masseuse, just getting right in deep to those muscles and tight knots in the back of Stone Street there, Cinco.
100%. Look, there's 44 of you watching in YouTube, plus who's on Facebook. Just reach over. It's that little thing that's got a thumb on it. It's facing upwards. There's only 11 you've hit it so far. Please hit the like button. And also, if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. It does help us a little bit. Just gets our show out. It gets these boys out, because then it recommends them to other V8 fans and stuff like that. So your boys, your teammates, your fans, the family, whoever it is in the cars, get to shine for other people, not just for you guys on the show as well.
A couple of pelicans towards the back of the field flying together, Sinker. You know that they say ducks fly together. Well, apparently pelicans do as well.
Oh, yeah,
as John Gallen and Peter Pavlovic just traversing further back in the field at this stage.
I swear Peter Pav's car just winked at us. Is it going to lose pedal on the front?
No, I don't think it does. maybe that's one of the beers that he dropped.
What's that? Yeah, it's only Coke.
Yeah, so these guys trying to fight their way forward at this stage. They've got about 6 seconds up the road to Trav Daly, so just keep themselves clean and trying to push forward once again. Lawford and Jamie Davis have, they're getting themselves some good opportunities for them to get a iRacing photographer in and get some shots for Project 36 at this stage, sitting nicely together. Yeah. Maybe working together at this stage as well. So.
The bottom screen is doing a bit of a lag here and there. I'm not sure if
I don't know why.
My end's like beautiful. But Barb did mention it. But yeah, that's all right. We'll keep plugging along. Mr. Hughes is doing really well. Rain Campbell's very impressive tonight. 12 places up and getting a lot of pressure from Jason Douglas at the moment. Lawford is now on the back of Levin. So Levin is backed off from the back of Jason Douglas because he's getting pressure from Angus Lawford and Jamie Davis.
And he's starting to feel the pressure from them. There you can see Lawford hot on the heels of Brandon Levin in the Team SRW Motorsports car as they run down towards the S's and in towards the Dipper as well. So the pressure's on Levin here to keep this thing clean and keep himself in a positive position, and the pressure from behind. The pressure behind from. Look how tight he's. Oh my God! He can smell what he had for breakfast, Sinker.
That was so close. I thought Lawford was going to hit that wall. That was very, very close. Hot Wheel Man 97, thank you very much for liking the show. That was very tight from there. Obviously, they want to get as close to the back of him as he comes out of Forest Elbow, so they can get him down the straight. But if you're not close enough, these cars are not too dissimilar in speed there. It's the braking zones. Look at this.
Well, he gave me a little touch there, a little nudgy, a little kiss on the cheek.
A little bit. I'm here.
Yeah. Hello. Would you mind moving, please? Just a bit of that action. Oh, look at him there, hot on him. Here's Angus Lawford. He seems to have fixed those ping issues that he was having, which is good to see. So, still running his way forward in this one, trying to get.
Davis has got to be careful. He's sitting in. He was sitting behind his teammate at like 0.16. Almost too close. In case Levin breaks a little bit early, he's going to be gone.
Yeah, he's.
I think they're trying to park him together. They're talking about it. They're trying to get him together.
Yeah, they're trying to work together here.
Overlap and squeeze him out.
So what may happen is, so they're going to either try and both go past him at once, or they might have Lawford come past and then balk him mid-corner to let Jamie through. So that's what the strategy's going to have to be now as well. Yeah, I don't know why the second screens have been lagging a bit this season. We'll let it catch back up again. We'll see why.
Yeah. I've had it done to me by back then they were the Crisscross boys.
Yeah, the OPR boys.
In the car with Brad Wall and Callum Hodgkinson, and they did that to me. So
they'll do that. They will do that.
It was I came out of there felt like I was robbed. Someone stole something from me, but it was like, that was smart move.
Yeah, it's it's one of the no, you don't. You just so you go past them, and as you hit apex, as you hit apex, you just put the brakes on mid apex and just balks them up a little bit.
You got to make sure you're not braking.
Not brake checking, but little lift or whatever it may be, just to slow them up, maybe 2Ks or whatever it is. So
Husey is now into 210s on the back of Stone Street, so he's putting a bit of pressure on him as well.
Yeah, he wants to.
Maybe he's finally going to try and make a passing move.
He might. He very well may. Although the fuel saving benefits that he's getting right now off the back of Stone Street is second to none. I mean, no one out there is getting a better fuel save. Possibly, maybe Jamie Davis with the double slipstream. But he's also not giving up lap time, because Ryan Mueller has not managed to gain anything on them the last few laps. He's still back by about 2.7 to 3 seconds.
Is Husey going to pop into the inside? Is he going to let him know? No, he's happy to save fuel and stick right behind him.
I think he's playing the smart game. He'll take a slightly shorter stop when he comes in.
That made Dyson gorilla flashing red light.
Yeah, gorilla alarm. Gorilla alarm. I don't know why he's showing us the gorilla alarm, but okay, Tice.
Yeah. You'll have to explain that one to me, mate.
He might have to. I don't even.
Lawford and Davis have swapped places.
Oh, so maybe they want Davis to do the attack, and then he can maybe try and get Well, to be fair, out of the both of them, Davis would know more about Levin's driving style than what Lawford would, being his former teammate.
True. This is
true. And they worked together. I mean, they were through thick and thin together. They raced at the Sandown 500 together, through turmoil and trouble in that race to get themselves to the end. They were teammates for such a long period of time. Davis would know nearly every little nuance that Levin has, and can Project 36 use that to their advantage? Well, they're going to hope so.
Yeah, I think the next Sandown it's going to have to be Jacob Traynor and Brandon Levin together.
That would be a hell of a combination, but I'll give you an even better one, Sinker.
Yeah.
Brandon Levin and Kyle Avery.
Oh, Kyle doesn't drive the V8s, that's the thing.
Surely an exception for the Sandown 500.
He's a very good driver, Kyle Avery. He's doing an exceptional job on Thursday nights. He's I think he's still in the hunt for the title. Might not be, because Josh Horton ended up doing not too bad on last Thursday night, but very, very much at the pointy end, doing really well, putting a lot of time in as well.
So Jamie Davis is still awaiting an opportunity to get past his former teammate in Brand 11, probably also allowing Angus Lawford to get into that double slipstream as well. Mitchell forced me to be his co-driver again.
Joking, because Mitchell forced me to be his co-driver. Unfortunately for Mitch, I'm the team owner.
Oh no, Mitch is... I was going to say, is Mitch going to end up with Josh King, or would he end up with Brad Anderson, or possibly even yourself, Sinker?
Yeah, no. I'd rather be hosting, commentating with you, mate, than doing than racing. Oh, a bit of love there.
Oh.
A little bit of how you doing? I'm here, mate. Remember me?
Yeah. Remember me, buddy? Remember the Sandown 500 only 4 months ago? Yeah, I'm back. I'm here.
Yeah.
Hello.
They're close. Dude, have a look at this. Lawford's backed off a little bit.
He's like,
gonna get messy.
Yeah, he's just like, all right, bet Jamie, have a crack. All right, I'll hang back.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm hanging back. You exchange autographs.
You can smack around your friend all you like. I'm just gonna hang back here, thank you.
Yeah.
I've still got P2 in the championship. We're laughing.
Yeah. I've got if and when you want to go, I've got Adam Hughes on the bottom screen chasing down Stone Street, so not doing too bad at all.
Although, also to be fair, Mitch would want to fix his PC issues before attempting the Sandown 500, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That would be another factor as well.
100%.
Yeah. I want to see an all Sinkovic pairing. That's what I want, a Dean and a Stephen Sinkovic pairing.
Man, they don't have the patience for an enduro,
Oh,
man.
come
Really
on.
don't.
It's not that bad, Sinko. It's 3 hours.
We don't have the time for it. We just don't have the time for it. Here we go.
Hang on,
He's having a bit of a sniff.
Well, I was about to say, you got the time to sit there and commentate it for 3 hours. Surely you got it's the same amount of time you take to race it.
It's not the time to race. It's the time to practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what kills me. Oh, he's having a bit of a sneaky look. Just letting him know.
I suppose the differential will be, Sinker, if you do start racing Split 2, you'd be getting practice by racing every week.
This is true.
You know,
this is true.
that would then be, you'd at least be getting some sort of seat time in the car. But, you know, would you be willing to keep going if you both crash the car and were without the faster pair? That would be up to you guys. Levin wants it. Oh, sorry, Levin's trying to defend it here. Davis outside line, side by side. The former teammates. Davis gets it done. Yeah, he's played the smart game. I'm just going to let you have that, Jamie, and I'll tuck him behind for the rest of this lap and get some slipstreaming and some fuel saving.
Yeah, not a bad idea, because we've got 25 minutes left in this race as it's ticking across.
Still plenty of time.
Yep.
Plenty of time for drivers to make mistakes and a safety car to be called. Well, it should be. It should be
probably another 5 laps.
Well, based on the 33 minutes limit on the fuel, we would expect the latest stops to be about an hour and 6 minutes into the race. So, well, I reckon we're going to start to see stops probably within the next lap or so, actually, Sinko.
Going a bit earlier, maybe a bit of undercutting.
Yeah, that's that exactly. So, because they can make it home from pretty much 5 minutes ago. They could have made it home from. So we might see some undercut attempts happening, but they'll probably want to run it dry to have a shorter stop. But if you can't auto fuel, then you're better going from that critical point, because you're guaranteed to get home, and you don't have to do the maths.
Yeah, 100%. Well, what? James Scott's done a 207.
Yeah, he did that about
207, 347.
He did that. He did that on the lap after his outlap of pits. So lap 17 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the bottom cam down. Give Daddy Warboys a bit of love, because he hasn't had some out there, and he's all on his lonesome, mate. He's got 25 seconds ahead and 12 behind him. So I just don't want his missus to be starting to yell at me soon.
We picked it, Sinker. Darren Crosby, first one in. So
first one in.
Further back in the field, he's taken the jump to come into pit lane, get that car fixed up.
He's listening to us about the
definitely. He's probably got Chris Burridge in his ear right now, telling him, "Come into pit lane. You can make it home."
They suggested undercut. What do you reckon? Let's go for it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's see if we can make up 20 seconds to Ryan Pettis. See if we can get it done. But no, I mean, running their own race and just trying to get to the end, get some solid points on the board. It's good. It's good seat time in the car. Even though you're not battling for a championship, or you may not be battling for a race win. Seat time is as valuable as anything, and racing is fun. I mean, that's what it comes down to is how much fun are you having? Are you having fun while you're racing? If it's a yes, then you want to go out there and enjoy yourself. Oh, you had a meatball. That's why I put it. Okay, thanks, Dice. Appreciate it.
Well done, Dice. Thank you.
Forced his hand. That was what it was. Forced his hand.
Yep.
So for Troy Stone Street and Adam Hughes, their battle looks to continue on now in this race. Further back, Brandon Levin is still now tucked in behind Jamie Davis as well. Sinker, quickly talk us through next season. Any little hints or tidbits you can give us for season 2 of what we could look forward to on the Tuesdays, the Wednesdays, the Thursdays, and of course the Sundays. We just need to announce the last half of the calendar. That continues on forward.
I can tell you one thing: the track selection looks pretty good.
Yeah.
And I have had a lot of people direct message me through Messenger and Facebook about registering.
Can we
series.
Can we have a round? Can we? Because obviously we need to wait until the sign-ups start to announce the actual full calendars. Can we have a round 1 preview? A round 1. So just give away the first 3 tracks for the Tuesday. The first track for Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday.
Mr. Trainer, we'll be doing GT3s in the mid-season break for a bit of fun. So yeah, I'd love to have GT3s back.
Unfortunately, we don't have a day for it. Unfortunately, Friday is
just.
Have
a day for it.
Yeah.
We don't have the money for it either. So that's unfortunate. What have we got here? Let's have a look. I've got it in the chat bar, and I will tell you exactly what we have. I'll give you a bit of a pre-cap.
Oh, a bit of
so
a pre-cap.
In the V8s, is in my messenger with Barbs. Good old Mr. Barbs, Mr. Barbarina.
Of course, knowing what's in the officials this season for the Supercars, that may help people guess what round 1 is based on the week that it's starting.
So this is what it is at this point. This is the first draft. We have got round 1 Barber Motorsport Park, round 2 Winton, round 3 Canadian Tire, round 4 Daytona, which is incorrectly spelled, Steve. There's no S in there. Round 5 Jose Carlos. Round 6 Virginia International, round 7 Sonoma, round 8 Sebring, round 9 Donington. That's for split 1 and 2s.
Oh well, I didn't expect the whole calendar, Sinker. I only expected round 1. But if you're going to give us the whole bunch of the banana, then we might as well.
I thought I'd give you a bit more.
Also, just to point out, Circuit Jose Carlos is Interlagos. It's Interlagos, that one.
I want to read the first bit.
Fair enough.
Then we have. Where's the rest of my boys gone?
Yeah, it's Interlagos, Jacob.
Yeah. GR86s. We have got Thruxton Circuit, Caldwell Park, Brands Hatch, Legacy Silverstone, Knock Hill International in reverse, Donington Park, Snetterton 200, On Park, and Circuit Zola GP layout. That is going to be.
Did you just say Knock Hill reverse?
Yes.
Sinker.
Yeah.
I pray for the race control, because that is, as a person who organised a Legends race around Knock Hill regular circuit, mind you. That is going to be death in the 8.6s. It's going to be unmissable TV. Unmissable TV.
Oh, yeah.
Big point we need to make though, just quickly, Sinker. The fuel savings worked for Ryan Mueller. Him and Stone should have been through the pits. Mueller has come out ahead of Troy Stone Street. So just to give a quick update on that while we're talking about circuits. Adam Hughes now, we need to keep an eye on him or where he ends up between both of them, and if Mueller ends up on the podium as well. Just wanted to quickly bring that up. But yeah, knock your reverse. That is going to be... that is an audacious pick, and that is going to be absolute chaos. I feel there's been a little bit of pandering here to our international commentator by that calendar.
We just do an all English tracks.
Yeah, apart from Zolder, which is in apart from Zolder, which is in Belgium, but yeah,
correct. So the Moser Racing Super Formula Championship starts off with Phillip Island, Detroit, Hockenheim, Mountain Panorama, Portland, Alton Park, WA Britain's Sandown, Fuji Chicane, and Oscherslaughten alternate. So that's going to be some great racing there as well. So the boys have done some great picks there. So
okay, so the races that people need to keep an eye out for this season are the SFLs at Bathurst. Because if you like some chaos, if you like some safety cars, we're gonna get them. Last time we were there, we had, I think it was 4 safety cars in 30 minutes, and Leakey blew the engine of the safety car. That was that day, Sinko. And then Knockhill for the 8.6s. They're gonna be the whole seasons are gonna be unmissable. They're gonna be the ones that the chaos lovers are going to throw down for. They're going to be the ones that are going to be in the chat and loving it. It's
going to be spectacular.
It will be. It will be. For sure. But no, I mean, and we still need to list the final, I think it's 6 rounds or 7 rounds of the Sunday series as well. That'll come out when the calendar's released, as well as Levin and Bettis coming to pit lane. But you can expect those 7 races to be 7 of the races that are 6 of the races that are a part of the Tuesday series. So you're more than likely going to see the likes of those races that Sinker mentioned for Tuesday. Majority of those are going to be the rest of the Sunday series for season 1.
Said that Ryan Mueller could be on track for P2 in the championship.
Let's have a look, Stephen. Let's have a look. We'll do some maths for you here.
Yeah.
He very well. He could. Could he be? He could actually. Yeah. No, he could. No, Stephen makes a really, really good point. Actually, Ryan could be on. So. All of our focus has kind of been on the fact that Warboys had to finish in the top 16, but to talk about the P2 battle quickly, Sinker, Lawford was 18 points ahead of Mueller, who is P2 in the who is P3 in the championship at the moment. Once we get pit stops happening, we'll get a better view of it and understand where they sit. Stone Street is at another 2 points back on Mueller, and then Bettis is 20 points back. So the battle between Stone Street, Mueller, and Lawford, very, very intense and very interesting in how this can now play out. So for Mueller, he's gaining 5 points over Stone Street. Lawford is 5 positions back, so he's actually getting 25. If they finish how they are, Mueller will be P2 in the championship. Stone Street would be P3. So that's a very good point that Stephen just made. Thank you for bringing that up with us, Stephen. It's one that, unfortunately, through the complete rush of getting in here, we completely overlooked. So we do apologise for overlooking that point as well. But yes, Ryan Mueller at this stage would be P2 in the championship if they finished how they are.
As he's getting a bit of pressure there from Stone Street as well. Jamie Davis has head off into the pits.
So, wowee. How this could now play out for Mueller and for Stone Street. With 15 minutes or 16 minutes to go in this race, Jamie Davis is coming to pit lane. The drivers who haven't pitted yet could probably get about 1 more lap out of their tank, and they're going to have to come in.
And that's Ryan Campbell, Adam Hughes, Mr. Warboys, and James Scott.
And Douglas as well.
Yeah.
And Peter Pavu's further back, but
further down.
Yeah. So Davis is in. We'd expect there to be a swap over between him and Lawford to allow Lawford to try and fight his way through the field here this evening, but it's not over till the checkered flag flies.
Just come out in front of Brandon Levin.
Oh well, Sinker, you'd have to have a feeling that maybe he might start to slow up. Although Lawford's going for it on Levin into turn 2. Job done for Lawford. So now he has to try and get up to his teammate and get past him. So for Ryan Mueller, he needs to beat Angus Lawford by 4 positions to claim P2 in the championship. If he gets past Jamie Davis, That's the magic number. That's 4. So.
Ooh, reckon he's listening to the broadcast?
Oh, I don't know.
he's
I don't
just
know.
put the pedal down.
I don't know. He's having to push. He was fuel saving for a long time, and now he's having to push. Yeah, Scott's in. Warboys has gone for an extra lap, so the fuel saving here is allowing Warboys to go for another lap once again.
Yep.
Hughes is going for another lap. Will Campbell do the same, and will Douglas do the same as well? I'd suspect. I'd suspect Douglas will come in this lap. Rain Campbell's come in.
Yeah, just as Warboys comes down.
Yeah.
Comes down. The Conrod straight through the chase. Safety car.
And he goes.
It would put a spanner in it, wouldn't it?
Well, James would
Have
still
a look at
lead.
that pedal at the bottom, if you can see that at the moment. That is going hell.
There we go. It is, and it's for. I mean, it's realistically, it's a fight for P2 in the championship. Whilst Lawford's not on that screen, he needs to try and fight his way forward because both of those guys could get past him. So he's got to get a move on. He's got to get a wriggle on, and he's got to get past Jamie Davis to get this thing further up the road. That's the realistic scenario now for Angus Lawford. He needs to hope he's not going to get out before Rain Campbell. Is he going to get out before Jace Douglas? That's the question. If he can, that's more positions that is between them. If he can't, that's more drivers between him and where he needs to be. So Lawford comes down the straight. Douglas just exits the box. It's going to be close on exits for Jace Douglas, but for Angus Lawford, he's going to have the run up the hill. Jace exits pit lane, so he didn't get either of them.
And Jace Douglas takes no prisoners, man.
So
he doesn't care who you are.
That now,
he's going for it, mate. He's on track. He's
racing. He is. That now, Sinker throws a bit more of a spanner in the works. No, he wants him to get out of the way. You're not in this championship fight. I am. Move out of my way, sir. That's what he's saying. As Levin's gone. Levin's out of it. He caught it, but he's out of the battle. So for Lawford now,
very close.
Lawford has to get a move on. He's got 13 minutes to get up within 3 positions of Ryan Mueller. He can't be 4 or more as Warboys comes into pit lane.
Yeah. Well, Mueller has just pulled away from Stone Street. He's down to 1.3, so he's gapped it nicely. Daddy in the pits.
Yep. Warboys is in. Hughes is in as well. We suspect there's no one else that needs to stop. So they're the last 2 drivers that need a pit stop in this race. So for Angus Lawford, he needs either a safety car or he needs to try and get past Jace Douglas as soon as possible. Otherwise, that battle for P2 is going to go down to the wire between Troy Stone Street and Ryan Mueller. It is literally whoever can beat the other. If Stone Street beats Mueller, he's got it. If Mueller beats him, he's got it. And for Lawford, he has to finish within 3 positions of both of them. It cannot be within 3 of Mueller and within 4 of Stone. It can't be 4 away from Stone Street and 3 away from Mueller. Has to be 3 away from both of them. That's the scenario at play for Angus Lawford. So
he really needs to give it within 2 places of Troy Stone Street at the moment. He needs to be Ryan Campbell.
So he needs to be in P6. Is where Lawford needs to be. He needs to be P6 for that to happen. It's going to be tough. Rain Campbell's back in. I have to wonder if maybe he had a speeding in pit lane penalty and now he's had to come back in.
Or is he had penalty points?
Maybe penalty points, but it says only 4 off tracks on the data. If we check the off tracks just quickly. Yeah, he's only had 4, so it's not nearly enough to lead to that happening. 27 seconds in the... Okay, so now he's in the pit box. So, yeah, I have a feeling it's either damage or he's had a black flag for whatever reasons. That's unfortunate there for Rain Campbell.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this is now... It's
one less spot.
Yeah, the problem was, though, Rain... Oh, well, no, Rain was ahead of him, so it is 1 less spot. So he needs to get... To lock it in, he needs to get to Billy Mole. To be on edge, he needs to get to Ryan Bettis. That's the scenario at hand. 100%. So what he needs is he needs his teammate Jamie Davis to play absolute front gunner and just kill both of them. And then have Jamie pull over. And then get past Jace. That's the scenario. He needs to get past Jace and have Jamie play torpedo for him. Oh, grid and go death. Unlucky. That's unlucky there for Rain Campbell. Meatball for car 97, yep. So that's unfortunate there for Rain Campbell, it seems, out of this race. So Lawford, can he do it? Can he get up?
He's there 2 tenths at the moment.
Yeah, but the problem is he's then got to chase down his teammate by 4 seconds. He's then also going to get past Bettis, and then he's going to get past Mole. I mean, it seems unlikely as Lawford outside line on Jace Douglas here. Oh, bit of contact.
Douglas is not letting it go. He stood his ground.
You know, there's nothing against Jace. I mean, everyone has the right to race, but there is also then the gentlemanly thought of Angus is fighting for P2 in the championship. I'm not.
Oh, hell no.
You
No. I'm sorry, but you might do that, but I'm racing on the track. I'm at the end of the day, I'll be racing everyone. Yeah, it wouldn't matter if they were fighting. The only one I wouldn't be battling is the first two, going for top 2 spots. Everyone else is
well, Angus is going for a top 2 spot.
Top 3. He's going for third.
He's
place.
going for second. Angus is going for second. Yeah. Who do you think?
No,
Who do you think was second? And who do you think was second in the standings, Sinker?
I didn't at that far back. I wouldn't have. Yeah, I'd be still racing him. If he was up further at the pointy end, I wouldn't be. But at that point, I would be. Yeah. I think most guys would.
I think they would too, as he's had another blink, unfortunately, there for Angus Lawford. So we'll come back to Angus in a moment when that's sorted itself out. We'll head up to Ryan Mueller and Troy Stone Street, because for Mueller now, he sits P2 in the championship. If Stone Street gets past him, he'll claim it himself. So it's, you know, for WKMP Sim Sports, they want a 1-2 finish this season. They want Warboys on top and Stone Street in second. For that to happen for Troy, he has to get past Ryan. It's either Mueller, Stone Street, or Lawford. Any of them can finish second or third. At this stage, Mueller would be P2, Stone Street would be P3. So that's what they're looking at this moment. So between both of these guys, they've got, I think I said it was 2 points. 2 points separating them, 5 points per position. So Stone Street just has to beat Mueller.
Ooh, Jason Douglas needs to readdress to Angus Lawford in that incident they had.
I'm not surprised.
Through the chase.
I'm not surprised, Sinker, because he had the move done and then Jace has kind of run him out of road. He hasn't really given him any racing room.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's unfortunate for Jace. He's only had to redress, which is pretty fair.
Redress is being reviewed. Oh, he's already done it.
He's done it, but no. But they might be reviewing the actual redress. Oh, yeah, no, that's not good from Jace.
Yeah.
No, that's not fair play, Jace. Come on. I mean, I know that you might be upset, but that's not fair play.
Oh, was that it was his readdress?
That was his readdress. He was that's not fair play.
That could have been all over a driver.
Yeah, that is just.
Oh. He's got a black and white warming flag for swerving on the straight for them. So
I don't blame them.
He had his knuckles slapped.
I don't blame them. I don't blame them, and it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who it would be, whether it's you know, my driver, your driver, or you know, someone who we are what's what I'm trying to think of, neutral to in Angus Lawford. You don't do that when you're redressing. That's just you know, it's not right.
So you got now Angus Lawford being chased down by Jason Douglas, and Brandon Levin's got him.
So for Lawford now, he needs Davis to slow up Ryan Bettis. That's what he needs. He needs Davis to slow up Ryan Bettis and to get past both of them. Because if he were to get into P7, he would be be 4 positions back from Mueller, as Bettis has actually now gotten back past Jamie Davis here.
He finished third in the title.
He would be second. He'd be second. He'd be third. Sorry.
Yeah, third. Ryan Mueller's finishing second.
Yeah. So
have a look at this coming down the hill. Look at this.
Battle between them on the road. It's for P7 on the road between Davis and Bettis. Oh, Bettis has blown it up a little bit. Davis is going to get it past him. Oh, bit of door-to-door. Bettis has tried to door him, and then he's off the road.
Oh. That would be a racing incident, I reckon. But that would very lucky didn't get any worse. That was close. That was very, very close.
Problem now for Jamie is he's not playing the team game. He needs to sit right in front of Bettis and just like hold him up. Not much more he can. Yeah, I don't know. This is we're getting a bit unglued here towards the end of this season, towards the end of this race.
Pressure on Jace now. He's getting right near the back of that.
And he wants to put all sorts on him. So Jace Douglas trying to defend here against Brandon Levin at this stage. He wasn't happy that he had to redress the position, but you know, all's fair in love and war. It's happened, and now Angus has been able to move on forward and try and catch up to Ryan Bettis, but 5.2 seconds seems an insurmountable mountain to climb.
Less than 4 minutes left.
It's less than 4 minutes. That's what I'm saying.
Quick.
Yeah, less than 4 minutes.
2 minutes to go. This could be.
No. We've got two laps, Sinker. 4 minutes. 2 laps left.
Yep.
So it'll be 2 laps when James crosses the line, as he's just done so. So 2 minutes. Oh, sorry, 2 laps. 4 minutes for James Scott.
Yeah. I'll put James on the bottom screen.
Yep.
While you're watching the
War
action.
Boys P2. Hughes on the podium again. Ryan Mueller P4 on the road at this stage. So. Yep. Rain, we can get a shout out to Brendan Bettis for sure. Or Brendan Bettis. Sorry. But yeah. Shout out to Brendan Bettis. For you, Mr. Campbell, of course. I don't know if they're taking the mickey out of me for how I pronounce Ryan Bettis' name. Is it Bettis or is it Betts? What is it? It
might be, mate. It might be.
I mean, I want to be able to say it correctly. Is it Betts or is it Bettis or what is it?
I say Bettis.
Yeah, it's how it's spelled.
Yeah. What was I going to say was we've got 19 likes. Thank you very much. But there's still another 25 of you there that haven't liked. So please like the like button, press it, and hit the thumbs up and all that sort of thing. And subscribe if you haven't subscribed.
So if you're in Stone Street scenario, Sinker, you're hot on the heels of Mueller. Do you wait for the final lap to not give him a comeback opportunity?
You'd be watching every corner. You'd be watching. You'd be analysing and seeing where he's doing something different than you're catching up on.
Is your plan, though, final lap to not give him an opportunity to get back past you? So you by-go the opportunities you have to get past.
I'm planning to stay off the wall.
Yeah,
first.
that would be a pretty good plan to have, I must say.
Yeah, off the walls first. Look, you'd want to be really comfortable you can achieve it. You want to be really comfortable that you can see where the pass is, that you tested a few times. And then
white
save it
flag for James Scott. So he just crosses the line on the second screen. So 1 lap left for the leader. So these guys will have 1 more lap when they cross the line as well. He's a suburb ahead of them at the moment, is James Scott. So he will well and truly finish the race before these guys. So we'll be able to come back and watch it all the way to the end.
Yeah.
Once that happens.
War Boys has hit our 207 as well. So they're the only 2 drivers to get under the 8s.
They've done well.
They've
done very, very well to do so.
Pace. But War Boys has won his first title since being a daddy.
Yeah, and he's gone 2 in a row.
War Boys is, I believe,
surely on his trophy sinker.
Oh,
you've got to name him. No, surely it's just got to be Daddy War Boys. Like that's just this one time, just to mark the occasion of that this was his first championship since having Ava. That'd be pretty special, I think. I think he would appreciate that. As Douglas and Lawford are still battling here in towards the chase. Levin wants to get involved as well. So Douglas is not going to give this up just yet. It looks out of reach at this point. Oh wait, did Levin just blow his engine?
He looks like he slowed down.
I just saw a big puff of smoke come off the back of one of those cars.
I think he's missed a gear. I think he actually went down and maybe by accident.
Quite possibly.
Because the car just lurched on him. I'm not sure. I heard Tyson say something in the background, but I couldn't hear what it was. He said Stephen, but I'm not sure if he's talking to me or something.
I'm not sure. Not quite sure.
Yeah. But what we will definitely have is the top 3 James Scott, Danny Warboys, Adam Hughes into the room.
And they're the only ones we're going to need because Warboys is going to win the title. So
correct.
For James Scott, though, it's been a dominant performance on the road here this evening. He comes down through the final corner and will take another win for himself and the Chiefs here in the Tuesday night V8 Supercars series brought to you by Warner Brown Tools. Daddy Blake Warboys, after an incredible season, after we questioned if he could win it after the internet issues at Indy Road Course, has come back full, fit, firing, further than ever, and for the first time since becoming a dad to young Ava. With tears in his eyes, I'm sure, he will come down towards the line and he'll cross the final corner and he'll cross the line to win the championship on the Tuesday nights and go back-to-back in the supercar. Adam Hughes will come round towards the line as well. He looks to take P3 for OPR out there as well. He gives us a bit of a flash of the headlights and up towards the start-finish line for him as well. At this stage, Ryan Mueller's got 1.2 seconds over Troy Stone Street. As he comes across the line, Ryan Mueller, with no opportunity for Angus Lawford to get within his reach, will take P2 in the championship for performance for Pacific Esports. And for WKMP Sim Sports, Troy Stone Street will take P3 in the title race. Billy Mole will come home in P6 on the road. Jamie Davis did all he could. Up 10 places, did all he could for Project 36. He'll come across the line in P7 with Ryan Bettis in behind. Jace Douglas looks to get home ahead of Angus Lawford, who will claim P4 in the championship for Project 36. So to come in tonight, P2 and drop off into P4. That's as quick as it can happen for anybody out there. What a race and what a moment for the likes of Blake Warboys and Co. What a series.
Series 1 is gone.
Yeah, how quick did that go by, Sinko? Way too fast.
Man, it was quick, that quick. It was crazy quick. Some action galore. 2 WKMP boys in the top 3 for the title hunt. That was pretty special. I'll tell you what, Ryan Mueller, future champion, definitely future champion.
I think so. That's an immense effort from Ryan this season. He misses out on a chat tonight, unfortunately, because he's not on the overall podium, and we are running late as it is being an enduro. But big commiserations to him for P2 in the championship to fight through this race and to get to himself to that position. That is a phenomenal effort there from Ryan. Hats off to him. He's going to be a contender. At some point,
you have to give commiserations to Angus Lawford to have an epic season.
He had a great season.
Epic season, and it didn't quite work out for him in the last few races. That's all.
Yeah,
hopefully he comes back harder and stronger.
That's racing. It happens.
It is 100%. It is. Well, you look at Warboys we thought his season might have gone after he had the computer failure after leading a race by like 6-7 seconds, and then coming through the pits and off his computer went. That was all over and over for him. But he's come back consistently, doing the right job. A lot of great drivers that have been exceptional on their days out there. Mitch Mueller has had some rippers. Even Mitch Noble's had some great running out there. Rain Campbell's spectacular. Jeremy Bush had a bit of a quiet season. Peter Pav running under the radar, but had a very consistent season. I think he's coming back to some form. John Gallen is probably the most unluckiest guy in this series, both on Tuesdays and Sundays. He's just... something always happens. Travis Daly coming back into it. Mr. Crosby, not too shabby at all. Brandon Levin showing some good pace. Needs to work on some consistency there. Probably just more practice. Lawford, we've always spoken. Jason Douglas has been surprised, don't you think? He's really come up through this season and started to be a little bit more competitive, a little bit more, would you say, stable to race around?
I think for Jace, he's had some moments this season that would have kept him out of strife if he didn't make certain decisions. I think he's definitely he's made inroads to improvement across both Sunday and Tuesday. I think there is still some road to go though on that journey. I think for the likes of Ryan Mueller, it's a breakout season. Lawford had his breakout season last season. We know how good he is. We know how good Ryan is now. We're waiting for Billy Mole to get his breakout season as well. We know what Stone Street can do as well. He
won the championship last season, and he's now racing with these boys who are very fast. I think he's doing an exceptional job. Jamie Davis had a decent season as well. He's had his seasons last year where he was always fighting points deficits that were holding him back from championships. I mean, he could have had another 2 championships under his belt. But yeah, consistency. He's had a baby now, so it's going to be a bit of a battle again on track. Stones, Adam Hughes, under the radar, another exceptional race tonight.
Completely under the radar. He had a plucky season, did Hughesy. I mean, completely plucky season. Fought his way forward. After tonight's race, he would have actually also claimed P5 in the championship, surpassing his teammate Ryan Bettis as well. So a top 5 in the championship for him, an extraordinary effort for Hughesy. To what we'll start with though tonight, because I don't know if Adam's actually going to come and have a chat to us. So what we'll do is we'll start by having a chat to Mr. James Scott. We'll let Mr. Warboys stew a little bit simmer. Yeah, just put a slow, rolling boil. We'll say as the champion. So we'll start with Mr. James Scott and have a quick chat to him. James, a phenomenal effort from you, sir, here this evening. You take yourself another race win. You weren't in the championship fight, but you were in for a good night on track and some more track time at Bathurst as well. How was that race for you, and how'd you find everything and getting the car set up and getting yourself prepared for this race here this evening?
Yeah, thanks, mate. Yeah, that seemed like it was a lot better, to be honest. We've been driving this car for a little while now, and all the guys at the team probably haven't really been all that satisfied with our long run pace. So we, sort of got together, have a look at the data that we've been able to get over the last little bit, and yeah, really went in a different direction than we usually have been tonight, and yeah, it seemed pretty good, to be honest. So I have to keep going down this way.
What's your fastest lap ever at Bathurst?
I'm not sure in this car. I think I've done a 5.0 or something in this Gen 3 supercar on the cooler track temp. But yeah, it was a little bit hotter tonight, and obviously race setup, so I went near that. But yeah, I think I'm looking at my overall best since almost a 5.0, so not too bad.
Nice. Well, you're on cruise control for most of the race. At some point, we thought maybe a safety car might come up and put a bit of a kibosh on your lead and bring it back to a bit of a battle pack, but no safety car. Came close a few times, but not quite. Cruise control, just enjoying it, having fun, enjoying the car. You looked like you were pretty much hitting all your apexes, all your markers, hitting them roughly around the same sort of times.
Yeah, no. As much as I did want to, sort of just cruise around, but I did want to, make it a valuable race to really test the setup that we're going in. So yeah, pushing pretty hard. For most of the race, not 100%, but pushing, within the limits, but pushing pretty hard. Yeah, no, it was good.
That's good, mate. Well, you still got Sundays to battle for. We're only what 6 rounds in to a 16-round season, so that's got a bit to go yet. But this is season 1, your first complete season with SRW. How have you found it, mate? Has it been enjoyable?
Yeah, mate, it's been really awesome. Yeah, I love what you guys do at the SRW League. Yeah, obviously running Tuesday and Sunday. Yeah, no, it's been really good fun. Good to get to learn the car, get some racing, and yeah, good bunch of guys out on the track. So yeah,
It's
really
good
good
to
fun.
see. Well, mate, who gets Mr. James Scott on track? And now that you've got the big Chiefs going, how's that going? And who supports you guys?
Yeah, obviously, first of all, yeah, thanks to all the guys at the team. Dylan, Griffin, the Eclipse guys that we're working with as well. Yeah, really, I think we're really going in the right direction now, I think, with this car. So that's good. Thanks to our sponsors, Aussie Broadband, Westfield, and Logitech G. Couldn't do without those guys, of course. And you guys for the broadcast, series admin, race control, all those people. Yeah, really thanks to you guys, and yeah, looking forward to next season.
Excellent, mate. Congratulations on a great win tonight. And next season, we throw your hat in the ring for the championship with the boys. I think it's going to be an awesome battle of the amount of interest that's coming for this series. I think Sunday and Tuesday split 1 is going to be epic all the way through, mate. Congratulations, dude. And we'll see you on Sunday.
Thanks, mate.
Take care.
I do have to apologise for earlier when I claimed Brian Borg was part of that team. It's not Brian Borg, it's Griffin Gardner. So I'm very sorry to Griffin and to Brian for mistaking that one, and to the other Chiefs crew as well. Let's have a quick chat though to P3 in the race here this evening. Got himself inside the top 5 in the championship as well from One Performance Racing. It is Mr. Adam Hughes. Adam, another consistent night on the road for you, sir. We may mention at the post race breakdown that you've had a bit of a plucky season. I mean, just under the radar, ticking boxes, getting a podium here or there, and it's paid off for you by getting a top 5 in the championship.
Yeah, no, look, I think the season was a disaster. It all went tits up at Red Bull Ring, followed by Oran Park. Red Bull Ring, I think we got 10th, which wasn't terrible, but then Oran Park, I was P nowhere because I think I killed my teammate, being Rain. Got slammed with a drive-through penalty, and I think I finished like 24th. I think there's like 5 or 10 points between each position, so that cost me like a good solid 50, 60 points, which is absolutely stooged me with Troy and Ryan respectively for P3 out of the 3 of us. So I'm spewing.
Well, Ryan actually took P2 on the championship here tonight with Angus so far down the order. So, yeah, just to point that out, you actually would have been P2 in the championship if that happened. I suppose, though, when it rains, it pours, Adam, but at least you got something back out of it. Are you looking forward to next season and getting back out on track and trying to push your way forward to getting onto the podium in the championship standings?
Yeah, hopefully. I reckon obviously Blakey will be lurking around, so will James Scott, so for sure they'll be around, so it'll be up for P3 provided no other alienated expert from the supercar community decides to show their ugly head in the series, and I should be right with the P3.
I feel like you're directly referencing maybe Madison Down or
me.
Sinker, you're not split one. Come on, Sinker, get off.
I've been called an alien, but not on track.
No.
Yeah, Madison Down, all those fellas, Emily Jones. I
reckon they're too scared they're too scared just to put it out there. Too scared of the competition, mate.
Oh, look, I think they're scared of you.
Hughesy, you know what? We've been mates for a while now, and I know the early days when we used GT3s and Porsches, and I mean, I know how much you love the Porsches. I'd love to have them back at some point. But you always said, I don't want to drive the V8. I don't want to drive the V8, and you really protested it for ages. Is it because of the new Mustang that you came back and having a crack at it, or what is it? What brought you back into the V8?
The whole team, like OPR, well, Blackout OPR at the time now, or OPR, the new supercar came out, and then everyone bought it, and like everyone's like, "Oh, this is effing sick. This is tough." So I'm like, "Oh, I'll get I'm a Camaro man / Holden man, but I got the Mustang because most of the teams got Mustangs." So I thought, so it gives me the chance to do enduros with them.
Yeah.
I got in the car and it just sounded tough as F. And I was like, I'm like, okay, I can deal with the shitty, no traction, no ABS, no grip whatsoever at any type of speed, and the bulk understeer at top speed. So I'm like, all right, I can deal with it. So
yeah,
just cut laps and just did a few officials here and there and put my foot in the water, so to speak. And yeah, I don't mind the car. It's definitely hard to drive, but I don't mind driving it. It's good little fun.
Yeah. Definitely,
bit of fun, rather.
Well, you've been doing really well, mate. Like Hamish said, we were talking about it before. You came under the radar. I think it's going to be a title contention there. Are you going to have a crack at Sundays?
Yeah, probably will. Yeah, might have a dip at Sundays next season. I think I was just lucky with the whole fly under the radar because obviously James Scott's here and obviously Blakey's here, so you guys are more or less predominantly focused on those two, and I could just sort of fly under the radar with other big names in the series. I'm like, all right, I'll just camouflage myself in, and yeah, it's worked out well.
It actually looks like a bit of a Porsche when you see certain light and certain angles if you don't see the grille.
Yeah, I just got to change the logo. I'll be happy. Yeah, just change the logo and I'll be right.
Well, mate, who gets the OPR team out on track, the One Performance Racing team on track, mate, and supports you?
Obviously, you guys, obviously the production crew who are doing their bit, RC, excluding Tyson, simrigs.com, Pumps and Bakery, Disaractions and Supply, Shunt Scenery, DSM Painting and Decorating, and a shout out to Robert Gibbs from ERT for helping me out with a little cheeky setup. So yeah, cheers, mate, if you're listening or not. And Matty Bowler as well.
Excellent, mate. Absolute legend. Love having you in the booth for a bit of a chin wag, mate. Good luck. Sunday's registration's still open, so if you want to have a bit of a run, there's 10 rounds left. You're more than welcome to. And that goes for any other drivers that are still out there that want to have a bit of racing the V8s. We'll be closing that off in a week or so, mate. Hughesy, legend. Great season, mate. Great watching you out there. Loving the work you're doing. Congratulations and good luck for the rest of the year.
Cheers, mate. Appreciate it.
Cheers, buddy.
Next up, we have Mr. Blake. Oh, of course. Living up to the nickname. Living up to the name that we've now officially given him on the... You shouldn't have mentioned anything, Blake, because the whole race, your name, literally on the timing tower, is Daddy Warboys. But congratulations, mate. It's a second title in a row here for yourself in SRW. Let's see if you can make it a third on Sundays, but... What an effort and what a moment for you. Your first title, obviously since the birth of young Ava there. I mentioned to Sinker that your trophy should have Daddy Warboys on it, just out of commemoration that this is your first title since that happened. But mate, congratulations. I mean, what a season for you. What a run. We spoke about, we thought maybe at Indy that we found the chink in the armor and it's going to be a comeback train for you, but somehow you pulled it out and got yourself another title in the books.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been a good season, I guess. Probably pace has dropped a little bit towards the end, just, not putting in the time with this little one now. Sort of just coming home and spending time with her and Gemma. But yeah, it's been a good season all in all. And some tracks have been able to keep up with James, but the alien that he is, he's just too quick, So, but yeah, this is what it's about now.
Oh, yeah, it is, isn't it, mate? Well, I had to top 10 shootout last night at the duck off because my boy woke up and projectiled everywhere. So you got a lot to look forward to, mate.
Yeah, well, she hasn't got me yet, but she's got everyone else in the family.
I reckon she's going to be daddy's girl, mate. 100% daddy's girl. The quick question for you: how did Rochester go, mate?
Good. Top 3 all weekend and finished third in the final. So yeah, good weekend.
Great racing.
Really
I didn't see any social photos on it, mate.
I posted something earlier today, so
I might have missed it because I was working too hard. But mate, a stellar season. We did think it was all over when you had your computer fail on you that one race. I think it was. What did you say it was, Hamish?
What was that? Sorry, mate.
Don't worry about it. He fades out on me.
I tuned out because I'm tired and I'm hungry. I'll be honest with you.
Oh, yeah.
We thought it was all gone on Red Rover there at that point, but you've hung in there and made sure you showed up and you did an excellent job, mate. Stellar job. Still in the hunt on Sundays as well, so there's a lot of title work to be done there as well. But absolutely spectacular season. I definitely will be putting Blake Daddy Warboys on your trophy.
That's cool. Love it.
There's no way, no how. And even the missus tells me that she's on the chat says she calls you Daddy Warboys now too.
Oh yeah. As soon as I come in the door, Daddy Warboys. You're like, oh, great.
I love it. It could be a new nickname that's going to stick for a long time, mate. Well, who gets you out on track and supports you, mate?
So massive shout out to the whole WKMP Sim Sports team, Troy, Billy, and Russ that's joined for the season when they could, and Johnny had a few goes in split too. So good to see the guys coming, having a crack and improving, which is awesome. Johnny for even spotting for us in split 1, which has been really good. The M1 boys for jumping on board midway through, sort of doing a little bit of training together, which has been nice. Wodonga Carts and Parts, Croc Promotion Carts Australia, Stone Street Plumbing, Super Cheap Auto, and the Super Cheap Group of Companies, Pool Guys Adelaide, Barella Cabinets, LGC Images, Dave 37 Racing, Warboys Motorsport, Send It Don't Bend It, Amp Air, M1 Cars, Pecky's Performance and Dino Tune, and Jammer and this little one for letting me continue to race.
Daddy's got to have a hobby, otherwise Daddy gets grumpy and then he'll just be a pain in the ass at home.
Oh yeah, especially when work's going bad. You know, you definitely need a hobby.
It's your venting moment, mate.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Well, mate, congratulations on a fantastic title, and good luck for the rest of season 1 in the Warren Brown Championship on Sundays, and hopefully you'll have still enough time to race for season 2.
Yeah, fingers crossed. Yeah, looking forward to trying to come back for season 2 and see what we can do for Sundays. Try and get another championship.
Ooh, could be a full wall of SRW trophies. All right, mate. Well done. Congratulations. Lots of love to the family, and see you soon. I'll see you Sunday, actually.
Yeah, see you guys then.
All right, take care, brother.
See ya.
Hamish, what a season that was.
Sinker, let's record our minds back for a moment here and think back to Brands Hatch 9 weeks ago. Doesn't feel like that long, does it?
Nah, not at all.
No.
Not at all. It
No,
feels like a couple of days ago.
Doesn't feel like 2.5 months have just flown by like that. Like it's just absolutely flown by. And you know, it's been an immense pleasure once again to be able to call the action here this season once again as well. And I think, you know, depending on who we get in next season, if you start to race Split 2 and we have another co-commentator for Split 2 and then you come in for Split 1 as well, I think it's, you know, it's only going to grow. It's only going to get better next season. And I look forward to seeing how it progresses, how Sunday finishes up next, you know, this upcoming SRW season, but how it finishes for its first season of the year as well, I think is, you know, that's a tasty prospect. The other series that we have on offer as well with the SFLs and the GR86s, that's, you know, incredibly important to us as well, to seeing how they finish up. And, you know, for me and you know, like tomorrow night, the SFLs, if you guys saw last week at Homestead, you understand how big of a deal that championship fight is and how big of a deal tomorrow night is for that series. 60 minutes at Suzuka, where the person who was leading the championship into Homestead crashed, lost the lead of the championship now leading into the final round, and there's 3 drivers who can win that pro title. It's, you know, Suzuka can make or claim your race, and the pressure's now on for those drivers of Giuliano Sinise, Danny Davidson and Doug Gowans in the battle for their pro championship, plus also the minors of the Pro-Am and the amateurs. But that season is now coming down to the absolute wire. The 8-6s on Thursdays are coming down to the absolute wire, and what is a complete gamble of a race in terms of Charlotte Roval. Charlotte Oval, I should say. Charlotte Oval for a super sprint. I mean, it's anyone's game for that one. And then, Sunday we're back again for the next round of the Warren Brown Tools V8 Supercars Championship out at Oran Park for that series for round 7. So, you know, it's season 1 may be over for Tuesdays, and there'll be a little bit of shuffling going on in the post-season and the pre-season for season 2 over the next 4 weeks. There'll be some shuffling, there'll be some changing.
There'll be some racing as well.
There'll be some racing as well for the drivers out there.
Keep an eye out on Facebook, because we'll release the tracks we're going to choose for next 4 weeks for a bit of fun. But don't forget,
apart from the AWN in 2 weeks' time.
Yes, correct. And we've had the lead car. The last 2 races, we've had the lead car ready to win, and we've taken ourselves out, or we've had a collision with our own team, our own SRW drivers, and we've lost the lead and lost the title to Gentlemen Sim Racing Club. So get behind the drivers when that comes on, the 9th of April, I think it is. My brain tells me correctly.
That would be 2 weeks from now, So,
9th of April. It's going to be normal start time.
Hang on, is it 2 weeks from... Yeah, 2 weeks from this week. Sorry, sorry.
Yeah. So 9th of April, the show starts at 8, race starts at 8:30. Get behind. I want all SRW drivers out there and supporters to go out there and cheer the boys on for a massive title. So it's going to be pretty cool.
And you know what? We've got to win it, because honestly, I don't know if I can handle Zach Cabin's celebrations again in the booth, if I'm honest with you. I don't know if I can handle that.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if my soul can handle it at this point. Now,
your soul.
You're not giving me very much to hang on to on those Wednesdays. It's like, we can't even win our own race that we organised. I mean, come on, we got to do it. So, but no, I mean it's it's an immense race. It's an absolute pleasure. As I said, it's a bunch of fun, and it's one that we always look forward to at the end of each season.
100%.
It's one that you guys do not want to miss. It's unmissable sim racing. It's unmissable television. It's something that you guys all want to be a part of. So it's been a massive season. There's still two races to go or 2 rounds to go for this week of round 9. For the SFLs tomorrow night at Suzuka in their 60-minute affair brought to you by Moser Racing, where that championship will be decided. For Thursday night at Charlotte Oval for the Toyota GR86s brought to you by Shannon's Insurance. I mean, that is an immense end of the season for both series. As I said, we'll be back on Sunday. We'll be back in between this, in between the seasons with the Sunday series as well. That still runs throughout the break and will be broadcast as well. So it's it's going to be a massive end to the season for tomorrow and Thursday, and then a massive start to the season in 4 weeks' time when we're racing once again on your screens. As we said, there's things to fill your time though in the break. There's the racing on the Thursday and the Wednesday, not during the AWN week. For those who are a part of the AWN, but it's going to be immense. And no matter how we line up next season for SRW, with however we have the broadcast booth or the race control room or the admins, whatever it may be, season 2 is going to be huge. Season 2 is going to be massive. It's going to be, as big as this season, if not bigger, and you guys are all going to want to be a part of it. So be sure to hit the like button, the subscribe, the bell icon as well, so you're notified when we go racing on SRW. As we said, there's so much content to come your way in 2025, so many opportunities to go racing with us and to watch our races as well. And so we implore you to stick on the ride with us, because it's going to be a mega year going forward. A big shout out to all of our series sponsors, including Warren and Brown Tools for their support of the Tuesday night V8 Supercars series and the Sunday night V8 Supercars Championship, to Moser Racing for coming on board this year, supporting the Wednesday night Moser Racing Super Formula Championship, and to becoming the title sponsor of the Australian Open Wheel Nationals as well to Shannon's Insurance for their support of the Thursday night Toyota GR86 Nationals too. To other series sponsors, Shunt Scenery, Groom Industries, home of the V8 Coffee Table, which can be found on Prime Video's Top Gear Australia during the news, interviews and other studio segments, and to Phoenix Driver Development as well. Be sure to check them out on Facebook. All of our sponsors are linked in the description. So, shoot a message over to PDD on Facebook or over to Lazlo Rehan Leonage on Discord if you guys are interested in some private training in the supercar, or you need some setups as well. They'll be sure to help give you guys a good price if you mention you're coming over from an SRW stream, and they'll try and find you a time slot as well if you're in need of that training, as I mentioned. But I've been Hamish Munro with Steve Sinkovic alongside for round 9 of the Warren and Brown Tools V8 Supercars series. For Split 1 and Split 2, we crown Jordan Mazzaroli and Blake Warboys as our champions this evening. Who'll win the title next season? You'll have to watch and find out. But until then, stay safe, drive hard, and as always, bye for now.
This is amazing. I was clash heads again. This is like Chaz Mostert and Cam Waters. Almost the same situation. Better contact going down the hill. Sam Noble wants to sniff on Dave Coleman now. Sam Noble bottle right now because, tell you what, Bruce Tanak and Jamie Dyke just absolutely drove away from us.